Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is your girl Q, but for those can't pronounce my name, but yeah, you could call me Q, but my name is Kwamia. I am your guest, CEO, founder, creator, and most importantly, your host from Pillow Talk with the Tea. But if you can't pronounce Kwamia, you can call me Q Kwa, either Queen. I feel like I haven't been here in a long time and on Instagram. I've been majority all on YouTube live and doing lives on YouTube, and I feel like I'm brand new back to Instagram. But to come back to Instagram, we have this amazing, freaking unbelievable show tonight. We have the amazing Molly Hopkins actually, let's say this. We have the amazing, beautiful Molly Hopkins, who is the owner of Levy Vray Lingerie in Atlanta. Not only that, she's also a cast member of Double Divas, also 90 Day Fiancé, and also she's working on to help and assist many people with health, wealth, and love to themselves, and Plexus health. So tonight is going to be an amazing show. Tonight is going to be a live one. As I always say, that this is as much as my platform as it is yours. So all we want to do is continue to keep love, abundance, transparency, also candidness, but also positivity. So tonight I cannot wait until this amazing show. So how you guys been doing? I miss you guys. Instagram, I miss you. Hey, I miss you, Instagram. How you guys been doing? I guess people haven't seen me on so long. They probably like, cute on. But absolutely. So again, tonight is definitely an episode and a show that's amazing that I have been waiting so long to do. Not only that, I am honored, pleased, and got such more of a pleasure to have this amazing goddess on by the name of Molly Hopkins, who is the owner of Levy Vray Lingerie. She's also one of the cast members of Double Divas and 90 Day Fiancé. She's also extended herself to help people to gain health to their mind, body, spirit, and soul with Plexus Health. So I do see my girl in the building. So let's get her on. So let's see. Hey everyone. Hey!
I'm like, how do I follow up after that intro, girl? You just took me to church. I was feeling some kind of way in my soul. I feel like this light I got on over here is giving me this, like I've been at the beach, honey, and I've been sun-kissed. I wasn't born with all that beautiful melanin, girl, but I try to bring it out.
Listen, you still look good, girl. You still look good.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How you?
Girl, I'm here. We're going to just bank on that. I'm right here with you, and I couldn't think of a place I'd rather be except maybe at the beach.
Absolutely. So I do have the honor and pleasure of you coming on to speak to the PTWTT family, Pillow Talk with the Tea podcast, and just have fun. We just going out like we at grandma's kitchen table, having an amazing, uncomfortable, honest, raw conversation.
Well, girl, I don't think we had enough of those growing up, because if we had of, I would have been able to tell Aunt Judy a long time ago that her macaroni sucked.
You know what? I realized that a lot of people, as I went to college, I realized a lot of people didn't have those conversations with their family members, which I realized when I went to college, because I talk about sex, love, everything with my family. So when people was like, really? And I was like, I had to remember that everyone didn't grow up like me. So, and that's what's something that really made me resonate to say, we need to start having those uncomfortable conversations. We need to start being real and candid. And not only that, but we also need to talk about that big ass, fat ass pink elephant in the room.
Well, for sure. I mean, my mom's always been super open with us, but like, you know, coming from a fairly conservative Caucasian family in Georgia, honey, we didn't have to talk about it Tuesdays. And I think that a lot of people haven't had that. And so now, you know, in my mid 40s, had I talked about some of these things prior to now, I think I could have had a lot better recovery when it came to certain type of topics. But hell, I might not have been on 90 Day Fiance seeking out a younger man from another country. But that's, you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm grateful for every opportunity that I had, because when I went there, it really took me back to very humble beginnings. And I think that we as Americans don't realize how spoiled we are and what great opportunities we've had until you spent ample time in other countries where you can't just call up and get a pizza like we did tonight. You know what I'm saying? And when I went to serve there, in ministry, really, and you bring pizza to children who don't get that opportunity all the time, it changes your perspective on your own life, and you're forever humbled. And I would never take away from the time I spent there. I love it. It's a beautiful country. Yeah, it didn't work out, but guess what? The reward on the back end is somebody that I have now who's absolutely fabulous. And, you know, it's just my journey. So I'm not ashamed of it at all. I don't think that it's super wrong for women to date younger men. So, you know, there's that thing that nobody talks about either. You know, you can do yourself. And I was with him for 2 years, and it was a beautiful thing, but he had an agenda. So when he got here, it was different. But I would never take away from the experience I had, the life lessons. I mean, we take for granted, you know, we all lost our flipping minds when COVID hit and people couldn't get toilet paper, right?
Yes.
Well, down there, you don't flush the toilet paper. You don't have running water. You don't have these things. You just live. And it's a different type of living. I said, hell, we got enough old T-shirts around here. We cut those bad boys up and throw them in the trash. I mean, was it really a flipping crisis to not have toilet paper? And it's those little things like that that make me think, what are we doing? We live in abundance, most of us. I mean, obviously, there's people here who are struggling and, you know, in poverty and things of that nature. But if you ever have the experience to travel outside of this country and see how other people do things, it'll humble you quickly.
And then we was going crazy that they sold out of toilet paper during the beginning, and you know, people don't really have toilet paper in other countries. So we had to humble ourselves to be like, listen, we gotta figure out a way. But that also taught us and showed us that the stuff that we take for granted, we shouldn't. And that we need to end up going back to the caveman time to how to be able to do diligent things and how to make things good. I'm telling you, because I grew up in the projects in the hood. So you know, when you ain't had that cold water, you had to put that cold water in the pot, put it on the stove, and to pour it in the tub when you needed to take a hot bath if the projects ain't had the hot water that day. So I know about those struggles. So I love when COVID hit, because it gave me time to sit back, relate, recharge, and release, and actually appreciate things and now look at things in a different perspective.
Well, I think too, you know, there was a lot of trying times, as if there hasn't been for hundreds of years for, you know, people of color and things like that. But I think it really forced a lot of people to take into consideration some of the terrible things that have been happening in our world when it comes to racial inequality, but also to get to know your neighbor, right? You need to know your neighbor. You need to have these conversations. You need to know that if it really, the shit hits the fan, literally, who are you going to go to? Like, I think for a lot of people, they woke up. I know we still got a long way to go, but I was so grateful for a lot of people that I know that really have opened their hearts and their minds to what's really going on around here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is so funny that you said about the fact that you would never change the experience that you had of just coming on the show and being on the show, because that was one of my questions. Like, do you have any regrets of doing reality TV and actually putting your love life on TV for the world to see? Because, you know, the world could be so damn judgmental.
What I've learned in my journey by doing this, and even having had a show prior to that, I honestly didn't know anything about the show. My business partner was a binge watcher of reality television. And she was like, girl, this is your story. Don't get mad. I threw you under there and said, this girl is doing this right now. And I thought, you know what? They're not going to want to use my story because it's organic, but it's also, I've had television show before. So I think a lot of people are like, oh, they just hire people that have done this already. And I was cool with it because I was like, well, at least I have a national platform to have for my store, which is what I truly love, you know, like the way that we help women and what we do on everyday lives. But I never thought in a million years it was really going to drill down to that I was bringing somebody here who had a plan. But I wouldn't take it back. Because of that, I was able to do Bears All, and I could do a virtual fitting, and that helped us stay going at a time where we closed our shop for 5 months, and we flipped the script on what we did every day and sewed about 10,000 masks. It's the hardest work I've ever done in my life, but it's the most meaningful, impactful work I've ever done, alongside helping women with their bras.
Yes, absolutely.
So
what actually this made you decide to what inspire you or motivate you to open up? Because I hear just a little bit, but I know you got more of a, you know, a story, in-depth story about it. Open up Levy Ray lingerie.
Well, I have had a lot of bus volume since I was very little. I actually went to school for music, and I thought I was going to be teaching theory or music somewhere and leading a mega choir. But God had a different path for me, and I've been sewing since I was 3. I've always had a hard time finding clothes, and when I was in college, I was helping girls with bras and their boobies, and, you know, and then I worked for a company, but what I figured out very quickly was that their heart and their soul was not in alignment with mine when it came to who to help, how to help, and what products to have available. And not everybody can afford to shop at a high-end mall that only has Gucci and Versace and Dolce & Gabbana, right?
True.
And your average earning income woman, or somebody who is built like you or I, who we're fuller figure, but not super full figure, but we got more bust and we got, you know,
Exactly.
And I was like, I want to help everybody. And I want women to feel sexy. And I don't care what size you are, what race you are, what your religion is. Boobs are universal, just like a smile, right? I mean, everybody has stuff. So it just was a vision. My grandma came to me in a dream, said, go get my machine, go to school. So I went to art school I went for specialty design and fashion. And I ended up just navigating into this, you know, spirit really guided me. And from the day I said I'm doing it, it's been extremely successful. But we've had hardships, you know. When you're a woman in business, your expertise and what you bring to the table and experience don't amount for nothing if you don't have collateral.
True. Absolutely.
So you have to really fight and claw your way through the industry. I mean, it's dominated by men as far as who owns what and who's designing. And it's like, I just had to keep pressing, because the other thing I realized over the last few years, and I launched a huge campaign, was that women of color, women with amputees, women with tattoos, nobody did their ad slicks around this type of thing. And when we would go to New York and it would be called curves, I would walk in and I'm like, where the curves at? You know what I mean? And even if you make a bra for a girl that's an A cup or a B cup, all the way up to J's, double J's, K's, which we go to O. It just didn't make sense to me. So we started a campaign called Real Bras, Real Women, Real Stories. And we dove really super deep into the lives of a lot of women and a lot of stories and their body types. We wanted to represent. So we have fought extremely hard to have representation and diversity in this marketplace. I mean, nobody really looks like the girls at Victoria's Secret, which has been the main hub for years, right? And they got multiple millions of marketing dollars. And I wouldn't say we all, but a lot of people really aspired to be like that for so long, because that's what we thought was what it was supposed to be. But I never thought that, because I'm like, I don't look like that, nor am I ever gonna look like that. Even when I was smaller, or 50 pounds ago, I still was thick and had big old boobies. And it's like, you know, how do you fix that? So that's what we've done. And I'm very proud to say, and I don't know if it's just due to societal efforts like you and all the girls in Atlanta that I work with that are out here being, you know, advocates for fuller figures, for Black girls, for different races. this past year, when I got my catalogs for the buying season, 8 out of 10 had Black girls on the cover, and I was like, well, I'll be damned. It's about freaking time.
Stop.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Exactly.
What's really going on? Because this is the way it is. And so I was super proud. And I think that just based on the, you know, really in the forefront, the power that you hold and that other Black women hold to push and press forward to be represented and be seen has made an impact. Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. And they're recognizing where the dollars are coming from, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Who are some of the most fashionable people in the world? Hello. Sisters.
We serve, honey.
And you got your hair and your eyeshadow matching, and it looks so good. And you know, it's like somebody has to take that space and that place and be an advocate. And, you know, I'm not going to change my mind on that. And I feel like that further, being on that couch, being on that show, has further enabled me to have followers and to have a voice and say how I feel. So I'm about it. And you know, when you message me, I get excited because I'm like, we have to continue as a human race to interact and engage with each other and have these kind of conversations and keep doing this, because what the hell? Yeah. You know, it's foolish.
Exactly. So what inspires you to create? Because I know I've seen some amazing bras. Because even when I was younger, I always had these big boobies. Like, and I used to go into like Kmart, Walmart, and other places before I even knew that there was some plus size stores. And I was like, what is up with these ugly bras? And I was like, I want to feel sexy and cute too. But so I'm like, thank God, finally they woke up and seen the light. And I was like, when I first seen you on 90 Days Fiancé, I was like, why do this woman looks familiar? I kept saying that. It kept bothering me. I said, I know this woman from somewhere. And then it's like 2 or 3 days later, I was like, she's the brown lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lord, don't you look, I'm fogging up, honey. I'm getting hot. I'm just talking about stuff. That broke my fingernail today. I mean, this is real.
Yes. Real
this
life.
Is real stuff. This is me swooping up in there trying to scoop them up, girl, and lost my nail. But anyway, you know what inspires me? People's visions, you know, that let us bring it to light. We do custom stuff, but just really finding cool stuff, knowing the fit, not carrying things that aren't of value. Because let's face it, most people don't realize, or they think paying $50, $60 for a bra is super high. But when you don't have the education and you're not doing it right and it doesn't last you very long, then you will. Yeah. But it's one of those things where, I mean, really just the people that we work with, the co-creators, the people who come in my store, I'm inspired every single day by someone's story when they come in. You know, happily married, about to go on their 35th wedding anniversary. And telling me last week, I need something that's going to knock him in the dirt. He needs to know that we're not about to go to the Bahamas and celebrate 35 years, and I don't have plans for him.
Exactly.
That, or a new mother, or somebody who is, you know, maybe they just got divorced and they're going back out on the scene and they want to be seen and they want to feel beautiful, because it starts with how you view yourself first. Yeah. And when you meet someone for the first time and the first thing you do is ask them to take their clothes off in our dressing room, and they're in a very vulnerable state. So I just try to bring the comedic humor that I have, and I just tell them, listen, girl, we all got the same stuff. Some of us have a little more pizza and cheeseburgers and a little less gym time, and that's okay. Exactly. But I'm going to take you where you are today because there was a reason for that. Usually when you're in that position, it's because your mental's been off or something's happened to you and you found yourself with, you know, emotional eating. Some people turn to liquor. Some do too many drugs. Like what it is what it is. But I just try to meet them where they are and let them know that there's not a single person that I encounter every day, nor myself, nor the people who work here, that haven't been where you're at. Absolutely. And when it comes to that service or that commitment level from conversation, Why would anybody trust a teenage girl working at a store in the mall to handle that? Why?
Listen, you get some, you know, I say you can, because as me being a mother, and I know you a mama too, you learn some things from your children. So I would think that, you know what I'm saying, you could learn from a teenage girl that could know it. You don't know what she could be studying. So, you know, it can happen. It really can. You'd be very surprised what younger generations could teach us nowadays.
Well, they certainly teach me how to do this better. Lord, I'm not very tech savvy, but I can hop on when I need to. How to sync my calendar to my phone. Yes. No, I'm not saying that the young adults don't have that skill set, but there are a lot of things that you have to really, really go through in order to handle the different emotional battlefields that are brought out when someone comes into the store and they're like, I need help. Yeah. Or you got a new bride who's bridezilla and she's nervous, and the mama and the grandmama and the sister-in-law and the groom's mama are all like in your face. Mm-hmm. You have to kind of, sometimes I have to have the wherewithal to say, listen, y'all go out, we're going to do this, and she's going to come out and be okay. But sometimes there's too much going on. So sometimes it's harder in this industry, but it doesn't have to be. But, you know, we don't see ourselves beautiful. We don't.
That's true. And it takes time by time we even get there, or it end up, the confidence end up growing. And that's my next thing. One of my next questions is like, so when it comes to like women, what are the confidence that basically comes to when it comes to the breasts? Because I know that some women are very self-conscious when it comes to their breasts, and they're not having that confidence about their boobies and stuff like that. So what would you say that gives women confidence when it comes to their boobies?
Well, first and foremost, if they come in, which 9 out of 10 women who come there in the wrong size, once we actually dress them up and put them in the right bra and take them out of a ugly, nude, smooth, too small, or, you know, whatever, where Sam Walton special from Walmart, once you get some color, some vibrance, I never ever put what they had on to start. I put something so dynamically different, and I never assume that a 70-year-old woman doesn't want a red bra. And when you put that on somebody, I don't ask, I just go get it and I put it on. And when you turn them around and they see themselves and they're lifted and they're in and they got on this gorgeous color, they can't help but be like, oh, wow. You immediately see yourself different. I mean, it's kind of like during COVID. I got up. I was a few days where I was like, nah, I'm not going anywhere. And then I was like, hold up a minute. I'm going to this computer. I'm going to this phone. I got to show up for myself. Yeah. Even though I'm not going to see nobody today. But the way that you do and you dress, even just a lipstick tonight, I'm not super made up, and I usually am, but I'm like, it makes you feel better. So that's how I approach it. I just do something totally different. And I also, you know, tell women that you have to do things for yourself, and foundation first. You know, you can't build a house without a strong foundation. You can't make a really nice dress look really nice if your undergarments suck, or vice versa. You can make an inexpensive outfit look like you paid a lot of money. That's true. But if underneath looks awful, it's still gonna look cheap.
Yeah, because it's not the outfit that makes you, it's you, the woman, that makes the outfit. That's absolutely. You could probably go to like Rainbow, Easy Pickings, and get a beautiful dress. And
you sure can.
Yeah, and turn it out, and people would think that you wearing a whole Fendi or Gucci. You know, It all depends on how you could turn that dress out. So I always tell women that it's not that dress you wear, you wearing the dress. So, and I love mixing unexpensive with high expensive pieces. Yeah,
because you don't
like high expensive
it doesn't matter.
Always look cute.
No, you don't.
Always not cute.
No, I love to thrift. I love to find old stuff and make it new and make it fashionable, just because it's different. I don't want to wear what everybody else has on.
No,
I don't even really have a style. I wear what makes me feel good and whatever I gravitate to. But as far as the confidence thing, I just try to tell women, like, we're going to deal where you are right now. It's not, we don't use the following words: fat, old, ugly, or I used to be.
Wow. Okay.
So I just shut it down real quick. I'm like, that's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I just really try to bring in positive affirmations. And I say, listen, you know, you could have been on a international television, married a younger man who was running around and did his thing and spent all this money, and now you're back to square one, and people think you was just trying to, you know, rekindle your sex life or whatever. And I'm like, that wasn't the case at all. So you really you have to just have people be relatable and let them in on a little bit of your story too, which I already have, but I'm just as personable in the dressing room as I am any other day.
Yeah, I could definitely tell that. I could get that energy that from you, like even from TV, not meeting you ever. I was like, that is a chick I could definitely hang out. We would have a whole ball, like for So what advice would you give women in properly selecting like the proper bra? And how important is it to get size on I guess, is it every 6 months and every 3 months?
Size, or you lose or gain weight, you should check. The most important thing you should check for is if you wear wired bras, where it's sitting. If it's not sitting in the center and to the back of the breast onto the rib cage, it's too small and it can damage. Innate women get cancer. Not that bras worn improperly cause that, but it can definitely make your cells harden and cause unnecessary lumpectomies. They'll do a biopsy.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, in Georgia and as well as other states, breast cancer is the leading cause of death for African American females.
Oh, absolutely.
Because of the density of your tissue.
I lost one of my mentors from breast cancer, and I was like, I would never have thought, and she still was so young.
And you also have to think about, like, a lot of women love low plunge or molded. If your breast, if it's a little saggy from kids or weight loss and gain, when you hold it up to where it would have been if the leg hadn't stretched,
yeah,
it's the size of a salad tossing bowl. Those bras aren't for you.
True.
You cannot get smooth and plunge and no back. You better get out that Perky Girl tape and get the taping for some of these dresses I see, because it's not technologically possible. I think we have to just be real with what they are and how they look.
Yeah.
Because you can't fit a watermelon inside of a lemon.
Oh, Lord. And you know what's funny? Like when I do see a woman that's, you know, dressed, I don't know, for some reason I go straight to like the boobs to see if she wearing the right bra, or like is they sitting. I don't know, that's just me. Like, because it's like so many women we have big boobies. So I'm always like, girl, is that the right bra you got on?
And when they're lifted up and they're brought together, one of the best fashion fixes for that is that you automatically look slimmer because you've elongated your waistline.
Yes.
And that's one of the biggest things that most women don't realize, what type of bra is for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So what makes Molly happy? What's your joy place? What brings you joy and happiness?
Honestly, being home with my mom and my kids. I love to travel. I'm headed to Portugal at the end of this month with my guy. And I love to go to places I've never been. And I don't do touristy things. I do like historical stuff, like really understanding people's backgrounds, because I feel like if you know where people come from, you can understand them better.
Yeah.
And you can really dive deep into the soul of who we are as people. I love to just learn about people's different religions and beliefs and culture and food. I call myself the fat foodie. I try to eat fairly healthy, but if I go out somewhere and I go to another country, I'm about to eat everything that's culturally there to see what it's about, you know, and try new things, because you never know where you're going to be. You never know when you're going to meet somebody and they invite you over and you don't want to be like, what we eating, you know, stuff like that. It just, that's my happy place. I like to do small town Sunday and go around to different places in my state with my kids that I've never been to. And I like to create. I like to go thrifting. And like I said, I find old clothes and make new things. I like to upcycle things. My business partner does that too. But I work a lot, and I'm still, you know, I'm just like, well, I'm still not super old. I can get it in.
Of course.
Demand when you are
in the throes of somewhat popular in the boob arena. So I see a lot of women. But that's what makes me happy. I'm very passionate about it. And every day I am blessed with the most amazing women with the craziest of stories. And they bring so much goodness to me. And when they say, I'm so thankful you changed my life, it really, no, you changed mine, because you allowed me to get into one of the most personal spaces of you that I don't know you, but now I feel like I know you.
Yes, absolutely. So what makes Molly feel beautiful?
I'm not gonna lie. When I get done up and I got my little crew over here and they throw them lashes on and I get my hair slick, I like it. I like being all glammed up because it's not the norm for me. But you know, just doing that is great. But I don't really not feel that way. Sometimes I know I look rough because I've worked a lot, but I usually just tell myself that it's okay. You know, you're okay where you're at. I have some down days, but I try not to, because it doesn't do anybody any good. And the energy that we project onto ourselves, or if we're feeling in the dumps,
Yeah.
mine is strong and it rolls off on everybody else, because I think that a lot of people expect me to come in every day with rays of sunshine. So I try to.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I get that, because I could definitely tell that you are the woman of, you know, the go-to to everybody. I can get that. I get that energy from you. And sometimes people have to remember that even the strong people, we need to, you know, not to be so strong all the time either. I need to know that you could catch me if I need to have a weak moment. So, but I always tell people, because I end up learning that when I turn 40. I'm like, Crimea, you don't have to be goddamn strong all the time. It is okay. And I had to tell my family and friends, like, listen, I need a moment, and I need to know that if I need to fall back, you guys will catch me. As you guys know, I will catch y'all. So, but definitely. So, what do you want your legacy in life to be when you're no longer here in the physical body form?
That's an emotional question.
Listen, I'm always touching it.
Honestly, in truth and love, I want it to be that I know exactly who I am and I know what I was made for. And that is to be a person who embraces and loves and cares about everybody, like no matter what your circumstance. You know, I've hit a wall a time or two with some people, but then I had to look back and say, why did this person be like this or whatever? And I want to be the person that people say, she loved hard and she fought for people. She really, really fought for rights for people. I mean, you know, I think that is important. And I think that every time I get the opportunity, I'm going to stand up for that. My dad told me one time growing up, and I should have opened a humane society because I take in the strays. And it cut deep, because it made me realize that he was missing one of the most important pieces of what he had learned in his whole life in accordance to the Bible or his Christian faith. And I'm like, spirit and how you feel and how you treat people, it's exactly what I do. And I was like, you missed that part. You missed that part.
Wow.
You know, and I want people to think about that, especially a lot of people here in the United States that claim to be a certain way or a certain walk of life. Like, you really need to get a little bit deeper into your spirit and your soul, and you really need to connect and stand up for what's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Would you encourage any of your family members or friends to ever be on reality TV?
I think now that I've done enough of it, I would just guide them into like what you will and won't do. What I don't want to do ever is compromise my morals or my values or create unnecessary stuff that breeds more drama or bad feelings and emotions, because I don't have room for that in my life anymore, you know. And it's like, not that things didn't happen, but you can get poked. They can poke the bear, girl. So it's
Oh, I know.
you can do it. you might want to say, hey, I need to have some creative control over what my message really truly needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because say that all that stuff didn't happen, because it did, but I definitely could have more important things.
Yeah.
Flashing up on the TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like the fact that I wish I could do my kids' hair, and I'm not a hair person, and I try. So I found.
I can't listen. I don't even have a girl. I have a son, and thank God for that. But even though I have a son, he got way much more hair as me. And I still wasn't even like saying, God was like, listen, you think you're about to miss the mark, but I'm about to sit him down with all his hair. And I still wasn't able to do it. It was between my mother and my sister or me taking him to the salon. I'm not a braider. I'm not any of that. Like, I just can't. Even when I had my own long straight hair, I'm like, nope. Ain't happening. I would need to get in somebody's salon quick. And what advice would you give someone that's looking to get into reality TV or be in, in front of the camera?
Just keep pressing. If you have a powerful message and you have a concept, there's so many different networks out here looking for content. I mean, because we're curious. We're always going to watch a video before we're going to like or dislike or comment on something like this before we ever just comment on a straight post. I mean, we're curious.
Mm-hmm.
We're very, very nosy, messy people as a whole, and we want to know what's up, and we want to watch some crazy stuff go down to make our crazy not look so crazy.
Absolutely.
But okay, it's not awful. But there comes a point sometimes where you may be like, you know what, this just is not for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you got a platform and you got a business and you got some ideas that hadn't quite hit it, and you have the opportunity to present those on something like that, then it can be life-changing.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like anybody nowadays could create a platform. It all depends on what you are doing with it. That's going to attract people and resonate those that needs to hear your message. But so other than that, it's like, like I said, it all depends on what you do with it. That's all it is. So, but also like, are we going to get another season of Double Diva? Diva's coming, or?
I wouldn't say that. We're working on some stuff, but stay tuned. We're going to start doing some of our own YouTube videos with true content and some real questions and some after-hour stuff. So we feel like we've got some things in the works. But it takes a while to really plan it out because me and Cynthia both are we're all over the place. I mean, it's like ADHD without the mess. Oh, butterfly,
And it's all good. You gotta listen. You gotta be everywhere. You listen. Like my beautiful, amazing manager, Trishy Marie. That's my baby, my sister, my soul sister. Yes, she always say, even though when you get busy, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to be busy. So I definitely always take advice from her. So what do you love about being a woman?
Girl, we're amazing. The power we have to reproduce and co-create, and we really have the ability to calm savage beasts and also make major moves. I think we're just super powerful, and I love that. I mean, sometimes it's still antiquated and outdated when it comes to rules and regulations and things, but when you put your mind to it, we're extremely powerful.
Yeah, we are. And that's why I want so many women who haven't yet tapped into, their woman empowerment. And that's why I created this whole Empower Her Tribe Nation, because there's so many women hasn't either created or found their tribe of women that could be able to either like-minded like them to end up finding their voice, their confidence. And all you got to do is just light that fire, light that flame. And I feel like as long as you're around those people, you only going to do one or two things. Mimic what you see they doing, or end up it's not going to work and you just going to go your way. So I just love the fact, because I always try to tell women, if you haven't found your voice yet, you can find it. It's there. We all have it. We the fucking shit.
You know, I have some guys that I've worked with for years, and like they had ideas, and I'm like, this is amazing, and they just kept pressing, and all of a sudden, bam.
Yeah.
Finally hit. You know, sometimes you have to keep pressing on because, you know, if it's really been laid on your heart and God really sees it fit for you to do it, you got to show him and you got to show up and show out before it's going to land.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing my business for 15 years and Lord knows we've been in the pitfalls of a lot. And as soon as it's going amazing, you might get hit with something or you might figure something out that's not working or you never know. You know, then COVID hits. Like, you got to just keep going.
Yes, absolutely. And what advice would you give women that's looking to, like, mothers, even single women, because you was once single before you got your love, boo-boo. What advice would you give, like, mom, mothers, single women, with entrepreneurs advice when it comes to be able to multitask or being an entrepreneur, or, you know, just looking or continue to look for love and haven't found it? Because I'm telling you, the dating pool today is trash.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be real honest with you. I had really just let go and let God, and that's kind of a cliche statement, but I was like, I'm totally happy. I love myself. I love my job. I love my kids. I'm just going to keep moving. I'm not looking. I'm not dating. I'm not anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a pact with myself and with God. And I was like, if you see it fit for me to hire somebody, then you need to send them my way because this is not happening. I can't do it. I'm over it. I got everything I need and then some, and all the love in the world wakes up to me every morning, and it's the most precious thing on earth. And I'm like, I don't need somebody, but it would be nice
to have somebody.
Travel with and have somebody. And then that's what happened. But I truly, truly, truly let go.
Yes. And that's what I end up deciding to do for a long time. And I have family members and friends be like, you ain't married yet? And I'm like, damn, why y'all ready to give me away? Like, I have I'm allowing God to take control. And when that happens, because I feel like long as women, we put ourselves in a space, in a place, in a position to be hunted, the right one definitely will come. But other than that, it's like, I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to get with the right now because I don't want to no longer be, you know, empty bedded or have an empty bed, or either want somebody to quickly rub my booty. You know, so.
Well, I also had to take into consideration that what I used to think was right was totally wrong, and what I was sacrificing of my time away from my kids, away from myself, for someone who wasn't equally yoked and wasn't willing to give it back to me.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to love myself immensely and not put up with anything that wasn't good for me. I also learned how to be a different person too when it comes to that, because I was a workaholic. I mean, I work a lot, and I had to find somebody who understands that this is what it has to be until it isn't. Absolutely. And not think that and learn how to you know, stack my time and divide it. You know, now it's like sometimes I forget I need to come home and turn my phone off and be with my kid.
Yes, girl.
Because there ain't nothing more important going down that I can't get to in the morning while she's at school. And we've become a society of just this phone.
Yeah.
And what's in front of our face, right? So you really have to just line your days out. I tried to start what's called a push journal. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if I didn't do it today, then I move it over to tomorrow.
Gotcha.
What I didn't accomplish today that was absolutely necessary, I move it to tomorrow. And then I don't let go. I don't start anything else until what I didn't do today is done. So you have to really try to prioritize your time, especially, I mean, I have multiple jobs that I do in the mom hat and my business and the acting for the show and stuff like that. Like, you just got to learn how to juggle it. But you also, like you said earlier, you have to learn how to take those couple days, and defrag and shut it off.
Exactly.
And meditate and get your mind right.
But it was powerful what you just said. What I didn't do today, I just have to just know I could go and do it tomorrow. Cause I swear I be trying to, like, you just, like, you don't understand, Molly. You just end up just, it's like ding 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 right in my gut right here, and it really, I'm tingling right now. Cause it's like, you could wait. It could wait till tomorrow. You ain't gotta be up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to do it. It's okay. And woo, it may not be powerful to nobody else, but it
I had to learn how to take my own advice.
in my spirit.
And I had to start listening to people and following people who were pouring into me the ideologies that I already had, but it wasn't tangible enough within myself. Because sometimes, you know, you think you hear it, but you got to hear it through somebody else physically speaking to you, even though you already heard it within your mind.
And even if you know it already, it's for some
and you need to find.
And it just resonated in my spirit and got me tingling right now. Like, girl, do not hear your sister. She just told you something.
Seriously, I mean, and it's okay. And it's okay to say no. I had to learn the value and the power of no.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've always been a yes girl. Absolutely. When I said no.
Wow. See, I was another one of those.
And that's not in every circumstance, but in a lot of cases, because I would be like, oh, what if I don't do it? Or what if it doesn't, you know, what if something happens because I didn't do this? And I had to learn that something happening wasn't to the person, it was to me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't say no.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also explain to the people what is Plexus Health.
Okay, so about this time last year, one of my previous coworkers had reached out to me, and she knew that I had had some, you know, irritable bowel syndrome and stuff throughout my life. And she was like, girl, I worked with you forever. I want to tell you about these products. And she was like, there's a probiotic, there's a prebiotic, and you can do this drink that helps regulate your sugar. And I was like, whatever, I'm not going to do it because I'm okay. And she's like, no, I'm telling you, you really need to try this. And she's like, I want to help you. And she was like, if you take these products and they don't work or whatever, she said, they have a money back guarantee, but if you love it, she said, I think you're going to love it. It's going to be life-changing. Well, after 6 weeks, I did not have restless legs anymore. I had dropped about 25 pounds, and it is not a weight loss product, but it helps cleanse your gut and gets your gut in balance. And we don't talk enough about gut health. And we don't talk about the toxins that are stored where the biggest level of serotonin to create happy feelings lives.
Yes.
I was on antidepressants, and I was going through a battle because I wasn't depressed because I wasn't with Luis or any of that. I was just going through it. And I was like, you know, the world's coming at me and stuff's coming at me. And I don't know why I'm crying all the time. But it was a hormonal imbalance and it was all kind of stuff. And of course, the first thing the doctor says, oh, take these pills. It'll make you feel better. Well, it didn't really work, but I was tricked into believing that it did. But I can honestly say that having lost some weight, not feeling as super bloated, my hair had fallen out after COVID, and it is thick as the day is long.
I see.
My skin's in good shape. Like, all these things started happening, and I was like, there's absolutely nothing under God's green earth I can attribute this to except the products that I'm taking. And what I realized is that over-the-counter vitamins, things that we buy at Walmart or CVS, they have a lot of fillers in them. So even though you're taking it, you're not getting the amount of the daily nutrients that you truly need, and you're not getting things. And we as women, as we get older, we don't produce as much collagen to keep our skin great, to make our hair grow, to keep stuff going. So I just had a daily regimen that I was doing, and other people started to notice. And that is when I decided I'm going to share the products. It wasn't because I just was like, oh, you know, a lot of people are very, very, very scrutinizing of direct marketing opportunities.
Yeah.
And well, wasn't nobody having a problem when it was MaryKay or Candy Burst's toys or Candy Coated or any of this. It's really just somebody who has a really great product that they're selling. But I have testimonies of women all over the continent that are absolutely enamored, people who've been healed, people who have like autoimmune psoriasis, it's not a, you know, a healer. It's not a direct weight loss product, but what it does is decreases your sweet cravings. And once your body's in balance and your gut's working properly, you're going to lose weight because your metabolic rate is going to increase whether you're working out and eating lean and green every day or not. It was just to happen. And I love it. It's an amazing company. I'm going to Portugal at the end of this month because I love a good challenge, and they did a thing, and I won, and my guy gets to go. They're a very generous company, and the product is amazing, and it's backed by scientists and doctors. So it's not some fly by night, oh, let's, you know, sell the magic artist body product, the shapewear. You know, that stuff was great too, and that was a direct sales company. It really just is, where do you see yourself? What do you do? And I'm a person who is of the belief, I get people coming in my inbox left and right that want me to be an influencer.
I believe it.
Be getting a check from this and that. But if it's not for me and it's a crock of crap,
yeah,
I'm not doing it. So I need people to understand that I didn't do this to be whatever and say, oh, you should do this because I did it. I got my mama on it. My daughter's on it. My best friend. I mean, if people see the before and after of Cynthia's tummy, the girl's thin. She's not a big old girl. And she had so much bloating and inflammation in her abdomen. And 4 days after being on the product and after a week, it was like, zoom. So it works. And it works for people. There's a lot of women when they get older, they have bathroom problems. You either go too much or you don't go enough. But when you have a healthy balance,
exactly.
and there's thousands of companies pushing green. I mean, you might go to the store and buy a Humboldt Farms green smoothie. Those things are $4 or $5. Well, they have a greens powder. It's sweet. It tastes amazing. And I don't feel like I'm eating blended spinach and carrots and celery and whatever else with some water. It's actually very good. I had my mom try it 2 days ago because I just got it. It's incredible. We need those things in our lives. We are not people who are going to be cooking every day unless you, well, there are some people. I'll take that back. There's some really dedicated folks.
It is. And it's so great.
And they eat healthy all the time. I'm not that person.
Yeah, I'm not. I love my meats. I love my thing. I love to eat. I love, like you love your food. I love my food too. But I definitely believe in, you know, eating portions and, you know, also eating healthy
food that I couldn't live without for the rest of my life. And they said you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life. I would pick cheese.
Really?
I love cheese. It does not love me, but now that I'm on these
products, like my mom.
I can eat it.
My mom loves cheese, but she knows she can't have it because she knows what's going to happen. But she does it anyway. Well, lady, stop it. But she like, no, it's good. I'm like, okay.
No, I was very lactose intolerant, but no one ever told me if I get my gut right and get my probiotics in there and the stuff that's there to help with products like that. My life has changed. Even if I just had a testimony, if I can go to dinner and I don't have to tell somebody I got to be home in 20 minutes. I mean, that's TMI, but that's the truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm a huge believer in it now. I mean, I know what it's done for me, and I'm not here to say it didn't or did, but it did.
Yeah.
So there you go. Plexus. It's amazing.
So absolutely. So definitely tell the people where they could go find it at, because I see some people asking for information about it.
Yeah, the most important page, we have PillowTalk Princess Plexus page, which is everything that involves this product, all of it. And you can find that on my IG. And then if you just shoot us a message, I'll answer any questions. We have a health survey there because you might not need some of the things that I need, and I might not need something that you need. You know, like different people based on how you answer your questions determines what's best for you.
Yeah, and everybody's, especially women, everybody, even though we got the same body parts, our body still is different, you know, so.
It really is.
We don't be, and that's why I tell people, be careful with giving other people advice. And that's why one thing, I know what a woman is talking about when she say, oh yeah, whatever works for me may not work for you. But when you start going up like, try what I try, like, no, she can't try what you try because she's not you. Her body doesn't chemistry work like yours. But like you be careful with giving people information, but definitely try it. Because I definitely ended up doing a network marketing company myself, and it was great products, and I still take them. I love them. But you know, it's so hard to have other people believe what you believe in. But definitely, like I tell people, either two things: you gonna like it or you not gonna like it. But you could get your money back, and that's all to it. Because who not gonna want a healthy freaking life and gut and get out all them toxins out your body? And maybe that's what makes some women unhappy too. They back the hell up.
It definitely is, because it doesn't work. I mean, Cynthia, when she was got super sick and went to the hospital, the doctor was like, I'm going to tell you what I saw on your scan. And he was like, there's nothing wrong, but you're literally full of it. He was like, you're full of crap. He's like, you may go to the bathroom, but you have no idea that we store anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds of poop that should have left the building. And that's the truth. I mean, and you can do this and do it normal, or you can get some Gucci's wife and get that Keisha K or tea, because I had some one time, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, that stuff says take it for 14 days. You might not make it. You might make your maker at day 6.
I use her because when I'm always a chemist. I'm always in my kitchen mixing different things.
Girl.
From between Keisha Dior, from Bougie Shop, from TLC, girl.
Those teas, that's going to be my first hot topic on our show with Cynthia. What that poo do?
Yes. Because I'm telling you, like, I think the first or second night, I was with Keisha and stuff. I was like, what the?
But you can have the same effects without it wreaking such horrible havoc on your body, and it's actually a much healthier way to go about it. I mean, obviously, if you're into quick throws, you can do that, but there's a better way to solve some of those, because as soon as you stop, it's going to come right back.
It does.
You have to find the flow for you. And for me, it's been the greens, the probiotics in the morning and at night, the after 5. And I do the slim drink every day. I used to drink coffee. I don't drink it really anymore. Maybe once in a blue moon.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's active too. And it's made with stevia, so it's natural. So you're not, and it helps regulate your sugar. And for women, what I learned, especially being in the bra biz, you either produce way too much yeast or you don't have enough. That is why we're out of balance. You have to have some to kill all the stuff if you're eating things that have those kind of organisms. But if you have too much, then it's super problem and you can be sick. And you can get yeast anywhere, not just men can have it too.
Yeah.
And that all comes from your gut not being in balance and having poor, daily intake, because we're not putting, and we don't get enough of that stuff in the food that we're eating and consuming every day.
That's true, because sometimes majority of us not eating properly anyway. Not at all. So Molly, listen, I see that you're happy. Your boo is making you glow. You're making yourself glow. Just the life and energy, positivity. So are you really truly happy in your life today? Can you honestly say?
Yes.
Congratulations. I appreciate that. I love that. I really, really love that. And I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
When I first seen you on Double Divas and then seeing you on 90 Day Fiancé and seeing your story, I was like, they're going to stop fucking playing with my sister. They're going to stop playing with my sister because she deserved love. And when I seen that you found true love, and he's a New Yorker. Hey, yeah, I'm Jersey all day, baby.
Yeah.
So we like, you know what it is.
It's definitely different. And that's been really the only thing that we've had to really, truly discover about each other is how his normal might seem like an attitude. I think just that in general with life, people think that people from the north are rude or they're this. No, that's just how you are. And you know what? I'm learning from him because I'm learning how to be more cautious and more mindful and put up that no and do the thing. Like you can't just be freaking peach pie to everybody.
accessible to everyone.
That's right.
Nope. And it's not we rude. We just transparent and we're just blunt. We ain't gonna stab you or shoot you in your back. We gonna let you know we're coming. We're gonna show you your face. That's how we always are. And I see that. And then when I moved down south, but I came back up because there ain't no place like Jersey, baby. And when I moved back up, when I was down south, I was like, oh, so this hospitality that y'all talking about, to me, I don't know about that. It's not so nice. So I was like, yeah, it's time for me to go back home. Let me go back.
Right.
Because I don't want to catch a case. So, but absolutely. So I definitely appreciate, I love the fact that you're happy. I'm glad that you guys found one another and you're amazing. I see that your daughters love them as well. And I see that they're growing beautiful and elevating so amazingly. And I just have to appreciate you for coming on, accepting my invitation, just showing the people the love and just opening up and being so candid and open with everyone. Thank you so much.
Girl, it's the only way to be. I mean, if you're going to have a platform, and I don't care if it's one, none, or a ton of people, whoever's listening, you want to just really, you know, be able to make a difference, because otherwise, what's it for? Just sitting around talking, you can do that anywhere.
Absolutely. It all depends on who going to decide to listen or take the message.
That's right, girl. Well, I'm grateful. Thank you so much. You're absolutely adorable.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll be having some follow-up at some point.
Absolutely. I definitely appreciate it. You guys ain't following Molly. If the PTWTT ain't following my sister, y'all better follow her. Because she's the shit. She's the truth. You think I'm the truth. She's definitely also one of the truth. I resonate with people that the truth. So, go follow and check out more information about lingerie, Levy Lingerie. Let them know how they could get a fitting, how they could schedule an appointment with you, and how they could come to the store.
If you go to our website, there is a tab at livyredlingerie.com. It says book now. It's also under our IG. It goes straight to the booking sites. We charge $100, but 50 goes towards your purchase, and the other 50 is just on the flip side in case we have to do a back and forth with shipping. We don't leave you high and dry. We know what we're doing, and we're good at it, and we can help anybody. And we love to. And, you know, it's really quite fun. And we get a little bit of your story across the web. And we've done about 30,000 over the last year and a half.
Wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And you guys do it across the whole nation.
Absolutely. And international.
Listen. Y'all can't complain. Y'all can't say that she don't mess with the international because she
My mama got the heat on, girl. I'm sweating. My office is fogging up.
She got you sweating like a church hoe.
Lord, I bless you. We walked Bridgerton, honey, and it's just set the fumes and the flames and the loins are hot up in here, honey. Bridgerton.
Yes, definitely. So, because I know you got a busy schedule, but definitely so much. And if you guys that come from Molly, make sure you guys follow Pillow Talk with the Tea podcast, because it's not going to be the last time me and Molly get together and chit chat and have some real amazing pillow talk. So you guys make sure you go schedule appointment at Levy Ray.
I'm going to tell you what the next one's going to be. It's going to be before and after, because I'm going to get with you this weekend and profit you virtually.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, I love to treat my boobies, honey.
Well, I got you. We'll figure out a good time. I'll hit you up, and then you can talk about that.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much, love.
You're welcome. Have a great night, and thanks for everybody for hopping on. Bye.
Yes, later. So that was the amazing Molly Hopkins. I appreciate everyone for hopping on, coming on, and being able to actually, tune into our amazing Pillow Talk. Make sure you guys go follow her if you're not, and make sure you guys from Molly go follow Pillow Talk with the Tea podcast, because we are candid, transparent, raw, unguarded, and we do speak that uncomfortable truth. We talk about that pink big ass elephant in the room, and we are no longer sweeping anything under the rug because we need to start having those uncomfortable conversations. And this was amazing tonight. Not only that, if you want to see this amazing conversation, that you want to see that Pillow Talk with the Tea does talk raw, we're about to talk that real raw pillow talk right now. I have the amazing underground queens in the building that's coming up with me to talk about all that goodness if they still in the building. We also got the sister podcast as well, and we're gonna talk that amazing real divaness. So they're coming on because we talk about that real stuff. So we talking that real divas talk right now, having that real diva conversation. Turn your phone this way, love, because you're sideways.
Oh, gotcha.
So how you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. And let's see, is the other ladies are coming in? Yes. Is your other girl? Is she coming in or? Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi. You frozen?
Who, me?
No, underground queen. You're frozen. Can you hear me? Frozen. Let me see. But listen, it always happened. That's technology. But we don't let it defeat us. We don't let it defeat us. We don't let it defeat us. But so far, how you doing, babe? How you doing tonight?
I am good. How are you? Just got off not too long ago, so I'm a little like, I'm here. A little tired, but I am here. But I am definitely here.
No problem. Absolutely. I do appreciate you guys being very patient and tuning into the amazing interview.
Yes.
Molly, absolutely. I appreciate that so much.
No, of course. Thank you for inviting me.
You are so welcome. So, our talk tonight is, that real divas talk, about Hey Sista Girl,
Yes.
Because
I'm ready. I'm a little nervous because I don't do lives, but I'm ready for it.
Absolutely. I know me and you talked in the back a couple of times in regards
Yes, ma'am.
to the sisterhood and, finding your tribe and stuff like that. So that was definitely one of my motivations of actually, coming up with this whole topic. So in regards to that, I feel like, and me and Molly, we touched a little bit on that of this people. I'm trying to get you guys in. I don't know why it's not allowing me to accept you guys. Let's see. 1 second. Okay, I just sent it. I sent the request. So let's see what happens. Come on, Instagram. Don't be hating Instagram.
Right.
Don't hate, because we've been good, Instagram. So we talked about a little bit, because even in me and Molly's interview, we was talking about in regards to tribe, finding your tribe, sister.
Yes.
The bond and the unity. You already know me. I don't always talk about the good. I talk about the bad and the ugly, because
exactly.
you have to grow with both, So in regards, what has been negative of, just finding sisters and, the tribe of Hey Sista Girl?
So I'm gonna have to sip on that. My negative is that, right, you see me, right? Because there's a lot. And it's not even like, honestly, and sometimes, and I'm gonna be real, sometimes it could have been me, with overthinking and just bringing other experiences to the new friendships and trying to find that sister tribe and things like that, and thinking that all all group of women are the same, and I'm going to be treated the same way, or just a lot of catty stuff. So that's kind of my negative, is just dealing with a lot of catty stuff and trying not to like overthink certain things when it comes to being in a sister tribe, or a group of women who are very strong-minded or who are very opinionated.
Yeah.
So I know for me, I'm very sensitive. I'm pretty sure a lot of women are, but I'm sensitive and I don't care. I show it sometimes, you know what I mean? And trust me, I'm very tough, but I feel it's like, why should I show that I'm tough if you already know that? I'm going to show you that I'm sensitive, and I want you to see, like, look, I'm sensitive to certain things. Don't treat me this way. You know what I mean? Treat me this way and I'll treat you the same way. I just want to be treated the same way I treat you.
Yeah.
And I feel like with a lot of sister tribes that I've kind of been trying to get into, and feeling like, okay, I'm finally here. I'm finally into one. I finally got my sisterhood. And then it's like, that ain't it. And I'm very huge on energies. So it's just like, if my energy don't click, I'm out of there. And mind you, growing up, I used to be the one that, like, okay, she doesn't like me. Why doesn't she like me? And then trying to figure it out. And it's more so now that I'm getting older, it's like, look, if our energies don't click, you don't like me for some reason, it is what it is. I'm not going to question it. I know that I'm genuine as a woman and as a person, and I just move on, so that's kind of like my negative. So
Listen, and the thing is also, I'm sending it again to you guys, Underground Queens. I don't know. It keeps saying twice that you guys are unable to join, so I'm not understanding. Maybe if you probably come out and go out and come back in, or either like refresh your screen or something. I don't know. It's really acting crazy. But yeah, so I do, and like even what you just said, a lot of people end up trying to find their tribe or their circle, or end up trying to find the like-minded women, to be able to, align with. And I understand a lot of sisters in our world, community, and around the globe, have thoughts of the negative when it comes to that, and going, from one group to another group, or you think everything looks, glittery gold, but then you get into it and you be like, what the hell is this?
Oh yeah.
And my thing is, I just want women to understand, when you do create a tribe, and you do create, and you speaking and saying to women that you are your sister's keeper, you have to be able to realize that you was once that young woman at one point in time that was
Exactly.
for the same like-minded thing. So don't go on your high horse thinking that you wasn't once there. Or don't go on your high horse thinking like, oh, you're here and she's here. Like, I don't think no one's ever above somebody else, because at the end of the day, we both cut in the same spot. We both going,
exactly.
We both
I totally
going
agree. Exactly.
So,
and I'm a firm believer that if we're in a girl tribe, I know a lot of people, especially like with women, we're so used to having that one girl feeling like, okay, they have to be the head of the clique and this is their group and stuff like that. I despise that, because I feel like we all wear a crown. This is all of our groups. You know what I mean? Like, why does it have to be, this is my clique, or, anything like that? And that's kind of what I have an issue with too. It's just like, okay, wait, we're all crowns. We all have our own crown. Why can't we all big each other up in the same light? Just how I big you up, why can't you do the same? Or if I'm feeling down, and don't push me aside to say, okay, yes, she's feeling down, that's just how she's feeling today. No, ask your sister. Like you said, you're your sister's keeper. Ask your sister, what's up? What's on your mind? Speak your mind. This is what we're here for. Let it out. Let's talk about it.
absolutely.
And I feel like a lot of women, they don't do that. It's, oh, okay, she's feeling this way today, so let's just leave her alone on that, and wait till she comes to us. It's, no, sis, what are we doing here? What's up? Why are you feeling that way? Because we all love you, so I agree.
Girl. And that's the thing. I'm trying to still get the more as we talking. But see, and that's the thing too, because of course I like to talk about, like I said, the bad the negatives before we polish it. Because at the end of the day, like in therapy, they break you down before they build you up. So
exactly.
but the thing is, it's like I also try to tell women, like, even though you're finding your tribe, don't just accept anything while you're doing it, because
Oh yeah.
you still have to stand force with yourself of having those standards and those boundaries, and also learning how to teach people how to treat you. So in regards of doing that, you need to make sure that, okay, I'm not going to accept that, or if it does not align with, you know, your same circumstances, your standards, your boundaries. I mean, it foresees your boundaries, or if it doesn't agree or align with, you know, your characteristic or what you believe in or anything like that, then you need to be like, no, this is not for me. And don't think because you're walking away from it, or you saying, oh, here's another one, fell again. Don't think that is a loss. Take that as a lesson. Take that as a blessing. Also take it as that's God protecting you, because I feel like a lot of people stay in situations, and I don't care if it is maybe a friend, a sister, or whoever relationship, and they continue to constantly keep going and stand in it until they can't take it.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely a firm believer of you grow out of people. You know what I mean? Like you kind of grow apart from people, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the part of life, and that's the part of growing. And literally, I'm learning that every single day. You know, there's a few friends that I felt like, okay, we're gonna be friends for the rest of our lives, and then it's like, okay, we're slowly growing apart, and that's okay. Maybe in the future we'll come back, you know, we'll have a different mindset, but right now maybe it's time for us to just take a break. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things, like you said, you don't stay in something when you're not happy and you don't feel love and you don't feel comfortable. It's like a relationship, any relationship.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't stay because you're trying to make the other person happy, or, you know, that person's happy that you guys are friends, but you're really like, look, sometimes I feel like this ain't it, or I feel like some of the boundaries that you have, it's not being a good friend, you know? So it's just, like you said, sometimes it is a blessing in disguise. And I've learned to not take it negatively and be like, okay, dang, I have to go find another girl group, or dang, I'm trying to just find friends and I can never find friends that we're all just on the same page. And no, it's just maybe that's not the girl group for you. You know what I mean? And you will find that. You'll definitely find that, where you'll find that sisterhood where they all big you up at all times. You know what I mean? And you feel like, okay, wait, I've known these women for a long time. I think this is it. And we talk about any and everything. We can have a disagreement and still be like, girl, look, I disagree with that, but I love you. You know what I mean? So,
girl, and it's so crazy that you say that, because I found not only my soul sisters, I found my spirit sisters, and I don't even say I found. Let me take that back. The universe connected us together when it comes to my spirit sisters, because I found my spirit sisters that's you know, from even off of social media. Ty from Realistic Violence podcast, Michelle from It's Michelle, as well as Sharice from Grown As Folk podcast. Those are my motherfucking sisters.
that's what's up. And just like when I first talked to you, I was like, whoa, what is going on here? Like, you was throwing gems after gems after gems. And I'm like, you do not find people like this. You do not find sisters like this. So I definitely agree. You know, you can find your sister anywhere, you know, so.
You can, absolutely. You definitely can. And when the universe connect, and then after the universe connect us in you know, together, it was so crazy, the commonality that we had, that so many things connected us together, with just family members' birthdays or family members' passing days. And it just was like, wait a minute, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, the fact that we feel like we was together somewhere in another life. We really related. God just put us here as others, you know.
Right. Like, here you go. Here was just sister for another mister.
Our spirits found each other again. And like you even just said, like, you know, you want to have that sisterhood, and that's those sisters where you don't agree with everything, and you could tell them that, and you could be like, okay, like me and my sisters, we don't agree on everything. We do not.
Right, exactly.
Listen, and Sharice be calling it out. Like, Sharice is she gonna shoot you. Me, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you what it is. And Tosh, more of, you know, the church lady, but she'll tell you off in a nice, nasty motherfucking way.
I hear that. I hear
She
that.
will.
Definitely.
Honey.
I hear that.
Listen, and Michelle is just, Michelle, she's the one that everybody would probably look at and take like, yeah, she not gonna do nothing, but that's a damn.
And be that one. Trust me.
Because they're the ones you gotta get with that.
Them quiet ones.
Like, yeah, between me and Sheree, they be like, yeah, those would be the two that probably pop off first. But I think Michelle probably be the one popping up, and then we'll be following up. Like,
right.
Because no one would probably expect her. That's
right, exactly.
They probably expect it coming from us, but they not gonna expect it coming from her. But when I tell people, like, we don't agree with everything, like even if we don't agree on everything, we don't allow that to sit there and deteriorate or disconnect us in those ways where we like, oh, I'm not liking you no more. Like, yeah, you may not like me today, but bitch, you still love me.
Exactly.
But, like,
exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. And
that's what it's, I feel like that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Finding that sisterhood where it's like, look, I can tell you how I feel, and we're still good. You know, we're still on that same level of respect. We're still on that same level of love. And, you know, we still crown each other.
Yeah.
You know, so once again, I'm just learning that certain things and certain people who you surround yourself with, you know, if it don't work out, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just, like you said, it's a life lesson, and you just got to keep moving forward. And like you said to me before we even got on here a while ago, people who are for you will be for you. They will go with you wherever you go. Mm-hmm. So that's literally what it's about. And on a positive note, I literally just been like, you know what? Asking the Most High, if you do send me a sisterhood, make sure that sisterhood is ready for me, because I'm ready for them. I'm ready to love on them. I'm ready to do all the sister arguments and be cool afterwards, like, you know. So exactly.
And I'm still trying to get the other ladies on here, because I definitely want to get them.
I know, because I'm over here nervous as a wreck, so
but
they need to get on here.
Keep saying you guys are unable to join. This is crazy. Like, this is so unbelievable. I don't know. And then I see you sent the request, but I'm trying to accept, and it's not even letting me accept it. So that's just really weird. So I don't know what is going on with Instagram. Instagram, you a hater.
Right.
Hater. But guess what? You are not going to defeat this, baby. That is crazy. I don't think that don't make any sense. Like, I keep hitting the hit request to join. I hit accept, but then it's like won't even let me accept it. Trying to make sure my fat ass fingers is actually touching it. Then I go to invite to join, but then it say invite, but then it's going to tell me that it's not going to, you guys are unable to join. This is crazy. I cannot with this tonight.
That was my fear. I was like, okay, let me just stay on, not move anywhere, and just stay put, because I don't want nothing to be like, okay, you can't get on or anything. So I was like, you know what? Yeah. And I got a new phone, so I'm like, okay, just stay put.
Exactly. It's crazy. But you got so many other people in here trying to join. I don't want you guys on. I'm not looking for y'all. I'm looking for the underground queens. Yes. Okay, so yes, chop on your personal page and let me know that that's y'all. If that's y'all, put never mind. Damn, I can't, because people might start putting it. Right. Put something you know I can recognize as y'all. But yeah, but other than that, Yeah, so I definitely, because I have found my tribe, and I found, because like I said, my spirit sisters, they, you know, we was spiritually connected. My soul sisters, we were soulfully connected because we went on a journey together. We went on a journey together where the fact is, we was on a reality show and went to a meditation retreat, and that turned into a reality show. So we are still today soul sisters, where, like I said, with my spirit sisters, my soul sisters, and my biological sisters, I don't fuck with them.
Right.
Don't and that's how I am. When I love someone, and I am really for that person. Okay, when I love someone and that person is connected, has strings to my heart, I'm very overprotective of my peoples. I really am, and I don't play when it comes to my peoples. So let me see. I think she's in here. Let's see. Here she go. Let's see.
So speaking of sisters, my sister just got on here. Love you too, sis.
Oh, so sweet.
Hi.
Hi.
There we go.
Hi, where the other one at?
Okay, so her personal page, I think she messaged. You can actually do the Underground Queens, because this is the thing. Mm-hmm. We're both admins on there, so when we trying to do it, both of us are trying, but we're long distance. So you can try it now.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, I just got something popped up. Let's see. Come on.
Get it.
You guys was trying to, you guys was doing too much over there on Instagram. You was confusing the system.
So sorry. I was like, what is going on? And I was like, oh, okay, that's it. Duh.
It just popped up and told me to send her something, so hopefully she'll get it, because it wasn't popping up nothing for me at first.
Let me see.
So hopefully.
Kiara.
But yeah, so we end up, uniting. But one thing I say everybody that's connected and strings to my heart, I'm definitely like, I don't play with people. Don't play with me when it comes.
Right.
But I definitely be wanting women to be able to. Is that her?
That's her personal page.
Is she coming on with that one instead?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Because it say Underground Queens unable to join again. So let's see. Hold on, let me make sure I get the name, and I'll be picking nobody else, honey. And they'll be like, no, don't pick me. I don't see her in here yet. She ain't coming yet.
At Kiara _ this beat is. That's her.
Yes, sissy, IG be acting up, but I got everybody else that's trying to join. I'm like, I'm not joining y'all.
Okay, there go my girl.
I actually did that before.
Okay,
someone I was like, oh, don't add me.
Okay. Magic. Oh.
There you go. Boom. Forever.
Yes, how you guys doing? Welcome.
So good. So good.
Y'all get the pillow talk.
Yes, fine.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having us.
And I've been like, I want to talk.
So I know you guys, I do appreciate your patience as I had my interview with Molly. I do appreciate that so much. And you guys also tuning in. Because that was a reschedule. So I definitely wanted to make sure we both end up staying, honored to our obligation. But definitely, so far with the conversation that you see me and, when what do you guys look and see in regards to the pros and cons of, finding a tribe, having a sisterhood? Because I feel like you guys, are y'all real sisters, or y'all sisters that connect in spirit or soulful?
I think both.
Oh,
We've been friends like forever.
Yeah.
It's been like over 13 years, huh, Kiera?
Yeah, we met
Wow.
but we really did like right for the podcast,
mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like glue, you know, it kind of just flows. Like we were those friends who kind of like we were like friends all through high school, but like we didn't text or talk for months, and then once we get back together, it's like nothing happened.
Don't miss a beat.
When we started our podcast, it was kind of like, duh, like this is the one person that knows me. This is the one person that's kind of going through the same thing I'm going through, like unilateral, you know? So it's kind of like, wow, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like we're
but
always
for
on the
me,
same court too.
right, exactly. And for me, I feel like, you know, just things that I look for in friendships are people who, for one, can laugh at my jokes because I'm very corny. And Kiara. So, but also I love having circles, like different circles of friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I like friends, the turn up friends. Like I can call you, we can turn up, we can have fun. But I'm probably not gonna call you when I'm going through something because you're not that friend, you know?
Exactly.
I have some ride or die friends. I could be hyperventilating and about to go to the hospital because I feel like I'm about to have a panic attack, you know, and they're like, calm down, you know, it's okay. Kind of all out for them. Those are my heart friends, you know. And you got some friends that's like, you thought you were friends, go through something like, nah, I really don't want to even try to keep this going because the mess, the drama, you like, not even worth it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, because that was my show last week about what about your friends. So I'm very specific when it comes to my friends, you know, because I don't call everybody my friends.
Absolutely.
That part.
I believe in quality over quantity. So for sure, in regards, but definitely when it comes to sisterhood, because I was blessed to receive and to have biological sisters who are amazing, soul sisters, and also my spirit sisters. I just be wanting to, you know, pass that on to other people to find, or other women to find that same tribe, and just to, you know, resonate to get that as well. Because even like I was speaking to girl from, you know, the young lady from Sisters Podcast. I forgot, girl. Don't blame my head.
It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine.
Don't blame my heart. Blame my head.
It's totally fine.
So when me and her was talking, and she was just saying like, oh my God, there's not so many people like you in the world. And I'm like, there's people like me. It's just not as many. But we are still out here. Because even I get to the fact where I get people be like, oh my God, you don't mind sharing. Or when they hit me up and say, where did you do, where you get that from, how you did that, who do your flyers, who do this, who did that, whatever. I'm giving it to them. I'm not caring to keep that information. I don't think that, to me, at the end of the day, if I'm walking around here saying that I'm my sister's keeper, how am I being my sister's keeper if I'm sitting here being stingy?
Right.
Exactly.
So I feel like sharing is caring, and I only have to walk in the light the same way I'm talking.
Right.
So, but when she was saying that, I was like, girl, they out here, just the fact that we just so overlooked, or we just overshine by the negative females that for some reason like the spotlight. Because women like me, and I can kind of tell that you women are kind of like the same energy and vibe as me. Like, we don't really come out unless we have to come out.
Exactly.
I don't care too much about the spotlight. I can sit behind the scenes and shine behind the scenes.
Right.
Unless I need to come out. And this is why I only now do once a week. Because I know y'all probably see me before on this motherfucker 3, 4, 5 times a week last season. And I said, no, they're not getting that because a bitch was tired. I'm not doing it. But at the same time, I was just like, we just get over dominated by women that just, I feel like I call those the attention. And but as we was talking, we were trying to get you guys on. What do you guys think when it comes to the fact of women who end up inquiring themselves as a leader, but then show a whole different perception?
You said, how do we feel about that?
Because I like five chicks came to my head right now.
Wait.
So you said the one who like they try to give off that appearance leader. I'm such a good like person, but then deep down really like
they come off as required as a leader, right? So they are leaders in their own right, but what they basically are preaching is not what they're actually living.
Oh yeah. I mean,
You need less of that.
yeah,
Less of that.
Yes, exactly.
People need to be walking the walk and talking the talk.
Talking the talk.
Yeah,
Exactly.
can't be out here faking the funk. No,
No, not at all.
It's too much of that going. I know some people too, you know. And with social media, like it's so powerful, and people are just portraying all these different images, and then you be like, oh, well, this person really ain't like that. Like I wish people would stop it. It's becoming a trend.
yeah.
Sure.
And that's the problem right there. That damn word trend. Oh my God. But this is exactly what me and Molly was saying when she said that you know, being different and not want to be like everybody else.
Yes.
And I feel like we were uniquely created and made differently, shaped, all that good stuff. So why is it so hard for us to end up saying, okay, I'm different. I want to be different. I don't want to be like her. I don't want to be like, you know, that one over there. But for some reason, this trend thing, it's like, okay, well, this is trending, so let's go on with it. And it's like, I be like, okay, here we go, the attention seekers, the women or people or the girls that didn't get love as children and they didn't get enough hugs. So,
right.
no.
I honestly feel like sometimes it has to do with, even though they come off confident, they come off as leaders, I really feel like it's more of like they're looking for validation.
Right.
And it's like, I have a saying, I'm not looking for validation. I just want you to respect it. You know what I mean? I want you to respect me, you know? And I just feel like with social media and like she just said earlier, a lot of things on social media, people portray to be something that they're not, right? And then when you see them in real life, it's like, okay, it's not look like that 3 days ago, you know, on Instagram. And I just feel like they kind of look for validation. Well, some, I don't want to say all. I feel like some look for validation, and some it's just, that's just what they do, and that's just how they communicate with people. Sometimes it's sad because it's social media, but sometimes it's like she said, it's like, when does it stop, and when do you come to that point where you're on social media where it's like, okay, I don't have my hair done, or I don't have my makeup on, and this is just me. This is just me, and I'm happy, and I'm still cute. I'm still posting the angles, and you know, I just feel like it's all about validation within self. And that's a lot of times us women don't have that. And I feel like a lot of times too, even when you do have it, sometimes being that, once again, social media, you kind of get that little nudge of, wait, I know I validate myself. I know I love myself, but look what she got on, or look what she's doing. Look what she's doing to post to get these likes, or she has a business and I have a business, but what is she doing that I'm not doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily like I'm not trying to fit in, or I want to be like her. It's, wait a minute, what is she doing that I'm not doing? Or what does she have that I don't have? Instead of looking at it like, look, that's her path. That's her. She's doing what she's, that's, you know what I mean? And that's not me. I'm going to get on how I get on. And whoever like me, how I get on, they're going to love me. And that's just, I feel like a lot of people take social media, you know, to the head sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I was one of those people, one of those persons who would take social media to the head. It got to the point where I used to have to take breaks from social media.
I still do.
You know, so no, I do too, but I'm just saying, like, before it was like, okay, let me get off of this because this is too much, you know what I mean? And now I feel like when I go on social media, if it's for the podcast or for me to post something or to repost something, and I see someone who's doing something that I want to do or I think I should be doing, I still like it, or I keep scrolling because my time is gonna come, or hey, that's just them. Know how they get on. So
I say this because even last week I was telling the girls, I say that a lot of you guys are good, because I feel like the older I get, the short of the attention, like not the attention span, the patience I have. I tell people I don't have too much patience for you because my son took it all. So and the little bit I have, it's still only for him. Because because he's 21, don't mean that he did yet. So, but I just be saying, because what I do is the same way how I do spring cleaning, putting up the clothes for the winter. I do the same shit to my phone.
All right.
Okay.
Same shit.
Yeah, I would say I agree.
Because a lot of people don't understand. I have the app, even with my social media, I have the app. I know who's following me back, who's not following me back, and I'm not.
I don't have that, and I don't have that. I never did have that. I never did have that, and honestly, I feel like with that, I would go insane, because it's just like, to know who follows me, to know who don't follow me. It's like, well, wait, why you ain't following me? I thought we was friends. Like,
No,
why you ain't following me? Like,
no,
what's going on?
It's not for
I
me.
thought we was cool.
Following you so funny. It's not for them to care about if they unfollow me or not. Just the fact that I realize when it comes to me, my support is motherfucking real.
Right.
So if I giving my support to you and I'm paying attention and going on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, or Apple to listen to your shit, take the time, and then you only temporarily follow me, unfollow me, then I'm no longer going to give you important to your cup that's called support.
Man.
If you do the same to me. Because when I say that I really support people, I fucking really support people. And even my mama just told me last week, Q, you need to still chill with, giving so much of yourself to people, especially if they don't give it back to you, which I definitely understand that. Sometimes she just have to just tap me on the shoulder and remind me of that. Because like, other than that, I don't care about this type,
Right.
The fact is that I'm not going to pour into their cup if they're not
there you go.
My cup.
That's true.
That is true. I used to have that issue though, and I used to have that issue where, okay, if you're my friend and if you follow me, if I post something you don't like it, it's like, what's up? Well, what's going on? Like, I like, you know what I mean? Like, I like all your stuff. I post all your stuff, and it was like, okay, am I gonna stop being genuinely me? Am I gonna stop being loving me? Am I gonna stop being supporting me? You know what I mean? To where I don't care if you don't follow me. I don't care if you don't like my stuff. I don't care if you don't repost my shit. Like, I'm still gonna follow you if you post something that I like, bitch, I'm liking it.
Yes.
It is what it is, because I'm still gonna be me, and I'm not gonna let your energy or how you do things affect me.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning that. Trust me. I have friends to this day where I feel like, hold on, bitch, I post your stuff every day, or I repost your stuff, like your stuff, and bitch, not one time do I see Sisters podcast up and down that feed, boo, at all. But it's okay, because I still love you. I still love you.
That's where it comes at to sisterhood, because at the end of the day, you shouldn't have to go into your sisters or your friends that your sisters, to tell them about, hey, what's going on? I post your stuff. Like me, Sharice, Ty, Michelle, they be posting shit. I don't even know they post shit about mine, and until I see it, I be like, oh, okay. And then of course, it's, cause to me, I feel like the organicity of it is what truly matters.
Exactly.
Now you gotta tell me about it. I'm like, girl, don't do that.
Exactly. But like you said, I feel like it's all in love too. If I still post, just like even I'm not okay. I don't be on social media every day, all day, right? And there's some people that literally lives on social media. That's cool. That's their thing. They do their thing. So for me, okay, if I know I'm not on there every day, and if I just decide to go on there today, you post something, and you may post something. Hey, I might like it or I may repost it. You know what I mean? And that's how I show my support. You know, whether if you was on my show or not, you know what I mean? I still social support because once again, like we was talking about earlier, I feel like we all have a crown. No one's crown is bigger than the other. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's one of those things all out of love. And like I said, I'm still learning to know that, okay, you may be my friend or you may be following me, and you know, I post some stuff, you may not like it or you may not repost it. It's cool, but it's still all love. I still love you. You know, just know that I'm not gonna go as hard. You know, so
My friends know. Kiara go months without social media. Kiara go months without texting you. I'll text you back to a text message at me in 2021 and be like, yeah, I'm going. And then be like, what? Because I'm not
and they know you.
person. But you know, I feel like with some friends, you know, they are social media people and they do appreciate that. I recognize that like, okay, this is my friend, she loves social media. So I know for her birthday, I'm gonna have to text her. And I also have to post on her page for her birthday because that means a lot to my friends, like real friends, you know what I'm saying? Like them close friends. But they know Kiara, girl, I barely be logged into my life. And you talk about logging into an app, like
Exactly.
She sound like my sister. My sister don't give a shit about this shit. My biological sister, she like, girl, how the fuck I do that? Why? What you want me to do? Like, what?
Exactly.
She's like, girl, I'm busy. Oh, like, girl, I'm always here. I need the password and the username for my life. What's going on? What you want me to do? But she'll still do it because she's showing the support. But but Kiara sound like my sister Fatima. Like my sister ain't beat for this shit at all. She could not even have it.
I do want to point out support though. Like, you know, I'm not really pressed for my friends to post our podcast or whatever like that. I'm not really pressed for them to, you know, have all of our merch, you know, the Underground Queens. But they're so supporting other ways.
Right.
They may, you know, have a idea they send to you. They may be like, girl, I don't know, ain't really into podcasts for real. But, you know, they may tell their other friend or whatever like that. So, you know, support comes in different ways. Plus, our target audience sometimes is not my friends. Like, we are moms.
Yes.
Single moms. You know, we're in our careers, you know, we think differently, we have different perspectives. So I know some of my friends don't have that same perspective.
Yeah.
No.
But even me being in business, that was one-on-one in business was that a millionaire told me, as well as my professor, as well as me just going into it, when it comes to business or anything that you're doing, when it comes to even a podcast or whatever, do not expect your family members or friends to support you.
Right.
True.
Because it's not happening. That they'll be the last people on earth to actually do it. A stranger on the corner will support you and buy all your shit before they will. And I understand that. But, you know, I got to shout out to one of my cousins, Crystal Marie. My cousin, she be on this motherfucker. When I pop up on Instagram Live, even if I'm talking about bullshit or I'm popping on other people's live, she still be like, pop, let me see what we going to go about. So I have to appreciate that because that lets me know. Right. You know, even all my sisters, even if they don't stay, they still, I know that they popped in, they listened, they gave some comments, they heard, they came, they seen, they saw, and they
right, exactly.
You know, but they let me know, I see you, and I know you see me, and I'm out because
there you go. There you go.
Yep.
Listen, I take support wherever it come from, you know, as long as it's positive and as long as it's with love, I take support wherever it come from, you know. So that's why I said I'm still learning. Before, I used to be pressed. I used to be that person to be like, wait a minute, like, you know, what's going on? Am I not doing something right? Or, you know, did they not like my episode? No, I don't care about that anymore, because I know what I put out. I know I truly put my all in and my heart in. So that's all I care about now. And it's, hey, if you love it, you like it, I'm pleased and I'm happy, you know. So bring on all the support.
That's
Yep.
true.
As far as the sisterhood, I know a lot of us, especially with podcasts, especially women podcasters, probably brought this topic up, or we probably said this, you know, in an episode or two. You know, competition. You know, who the fuck am I competing with? You know, I just have to say that at the end of the day, because I feel like collaboration over competition. And a lot of people and then also, let me say, you already know I'm transparent. You already know Kwame don't give a fuck. I see in the community, the men will put women together against each other in a hot second. And that shit really disgusts me. And the thing is, I sit back and I watch it. I be on other people's lives. You may see me comment. I may not say anything. I may go on my personal page. A lot of people don't even know about my personal page. And I'm watching it. Because I need to see what's going on around me, especially in the community that I'm in. Because the thing is, and this is because I want women to be more aware. Got the babies. I want women to be more aware of the fact is when they are being played.
Right.
We are very smart. We are strategic thinkers and planners, and we gotta play chess and not checkers. You gotta stop sitting there and don't allow the other species to sit there and manipulate your thought, your movement, your emotions to play against your other sister. Because when we talking about sisterhood, I'm really for the shit. And I don't play when it comes to this. Because I had sisters I lost, and I had a real sister I lost who committed suicide. So when I say I'm really my sister keeper, I don't fucking say it because it sounds cute. I really mean it. I just created a foundation under the Pillow Talk with the Tea brand that's called Empower Her Tribe Nation, that I'm having it next month for. So the thing is, I just need women to really wake up and being seen when they're being played and being put against each other. Because I see that a lot is happening. Do you guys ever see that?
I was gonna say, like, I have not yet to ever like see that, maybe because I really don't tune in that much, like I said, to social media. So I don't really see that. And when it comes to competition, I don't even think about competition, because once again, I feel like we all have our own crowns, and we all wear our crowns different ways. You know what I mean? Just like when I first talked to you, I was like, what? Like, she's giving me gems or what? She's like, you know what I mean? Like, she's asking me. I've never heard of that before. So for me, it was like, hell yeah, I want to be on your podcast. Hell yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it was more so I'm with the collaboration. I'm with the sisterhood than more of like, oh, she got a podcast. I don't want to be on her podcast. I don't listen to her podcast. No, that's how I got started, listening to somebody else's podcast. And it was women. And I was like, yo, you know what? Me and my sisters, we sit around every single day. Like I told you before, we used to smoke, burn it down, and talk about a lot of stuff every single day. And I was like, you know what? Let's just make this a thing. Let's make this a thing, and let's talk about maybe other women can relate to that. You know what I mean? My sisters, they're not too far younger than me, but they're young, you know, and I felt like, you know, this is different age bracket. Why not bring everybody into this? You know what I mean? So I never looked at anything going into this podcast about no competition or about any other women having podcasts or going against any other women. It was just like, look, if I see somebody else who has a podcast or other women who have podcasts, that's what's up. You know what I mean? What can I learn from them, and what can I ask? Because a lot of times women, you can't really ask them certain things like, oh, how did you get this? Like you said earlier, how did you get that? And they feel comfortable to be like, yeah, girl, I got it from here, or I did this and I did that. You know what I mean? So I feel like when we do have women like us who are okay with spilling tea or giving advice or whatever about certain things, I feel like it's lovely. I never see competition, especially when it comes to other women, because I have my own crown. I wear mine sometimes sideways, straight to the back, to the front. You know what I mean?
That's
And,
it.
you know what I mean? I feel like the same thing with other women. They may do their own thing a different way, and I just don't see competition. And I haven't seen men. I haven't seen our brothers put us sisters together, like, you know, against each other. I haven't seen that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As far as like on this level, as a podcast level, I have not ever seen that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I see it sometimes, not like on social media, just like in life. Like, you know how somebody will get something, so the next person, oh, I got to get something better. She got this new 2020, I got to get the 2022. You know, stuff like that, you know, and I feel like it should be less competition and more of women clapping for each other.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
like competition is just a distraction, and it really ruins the moment. Like everybody has a time for when is their time. So we got to learn to clap for our sister when it's her time to shine. More than that.
The question was, do we do us? Who is our competition? And I'm gonna say all these bitches are my competition. Every last one of them. How I view it is that Gail and Oprah are friends, but Gail ain't gonna out Oprah.
No.
Oprah gonna Oprah everywhere she go. So I feel like it's good to have healthy competition. Like, oh, okay, you a podcaster, I'm a podcaster too. I can talk, you know, I can keep it, I can kiki. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like healthy competition in that way, but at the end of the day, you got to give it up. I think the point is that they don't give it up to like, she did that, she came in, she did that, I'm clapping for you, sis, you know, whatever like that. I think it's more of like, she wasn't even cute anyway. She wasn't this. She had this. See, that's why I don't even be listening to her page, you know, stuff like that. So, but I feel like with the community that we was invited in, as far as like the invite and everything, everybody has been very open. Everybody has been very giving. Everybody has always been like, come on podcast, you know, subjects or different tips. They just doing something wrong, doing something right. They're gonna let you know. But all these bitches.
And I definitely understand, you know, healthy competition. I think what it is, my healthy competition is the fact that I'm not competing. I don't have competition against
Right. And that's,
you know, so it's like, I'm going to tune in. I'm going to watch. If you're saying something, that's definitely, if I support you, I support you, and I'm going to tune in. If I feel like something I need a comment on, I'm going to put a comment inside the chat, all that good stuff. You know,
right.
I think that's what mine is. And then not only that, but I'm going to definitely sit there and say this because my sister, Kai, I love you so much. She introduced me to the YouTube streets, and the YouTube streets is a whole different monster than Instagram. And baby, I'm not with that over there.
What? I love YouTube. I mean, I'm not on it, but I'm just saying. Like,
yeah, I love
YouTubers.
Watching it into people's stuff, but when you
right
on to multiple people platforms and you sitting on platforms with other people as a guest person, and you are invited on platforms, you get to start. That's like church. You don't know what really goes on to the church until you join the ministry. Now you see what's happening behind the scenes.
That's right.
You seeing Deacon Fry is sitting there cheating with Sister Johnson, all that other stuff. So you're not gonna know if you just go to the service and you go leave. You come and you leave. You ain't gonna know all that. But when you join the ministry and you behind the scenes and you got to go to rehearsals and practice, you'll see all the kiki and the tea.
That's right.
All the stuff will come out. That's how YouTube is.
Damn. And look at me. I'm like, want to be a part of it. So
it's a whole different ballpark. That's why we was trying to fool with it. YouTube. I think we got 1 or 2 episodes up because it's just so much. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fool with YouTube.
Yeah.
What? Stick with what we good at.
I
And
upload my videos
visual.
to it, but
Huh?
I upload my videos to it, and I continue to keep the channel going. And if I have more than a certain amount of people, I'm definitely up there. But I'm not sharing a link for nobody in the comments to come on, because if you ain't on this flyer, you ain't coming up here.
YouTube.
That's how I am. And it's like, because I go on Realistic Vibes, my sister Ty, her podcast, she does it on YouTube. And it's like she have panels and stuff together, which her show is amazing. But it just it brightened me up so a whole lot. And I'm like, oh, so these niggas over here straight bitches got you. Oh, so you sucking his dick and he sucking his dick and you just a straight bitch. Yeah, and I had to get ghetto hood, go 212 Prince Street on these motherfuckers a couple of times.
On YouTube?
On YouTube.
On YouTube?
Out 2 fucking like this. Yes. See, Instagram, I believe Instagram, the people on Instagram know not to mess with me on Instagram. Don't come for me, because I will find you. I will come to your house. Yeah. So, but YouTube is a whole different beast. Like they really try. You got men that's portraying to be something else and think they're a thug and think they're about their life when they not. They not at all, child by. But
They got with all they.
What happened?
I said they got a gun with all they bullets. They ain't shot nothing.
Girl,
What? That's what Future said. You ain't shot nothing.
It's an accessory at this point.
You done went and got all these guns.
To what? Y'all are talking about the YouTube right now.
I'll be acting up. They be coming for me. And don't come for me unless I send you with an invitation. And the thing is, I think what it is, because even my other sister Sharice, and it's a colorist thing, I think. Sorry to put it out there, but I'm not sorry. I think it's a colorist thing. Because at the end of the day, they see a dark-skinned woman who's full figure with green hair that's very transparent with the I don't give a fuck attitude. And
very beautiful. So
yeah.
And they also, and they sit there and they take my past as aggression. And I was like, I'm not aggressive. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I'm just
right. I'm just passionate.
And then they were like, oh, well, you probably use that same tongue to talk to your man. I say, no, my man don't get the same tongue lash as you're getting, because you're not my man.
Wait, I'm still stuck on, like, this is YouTube that we're talking about.
Oh, we talking about YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube. You just,
It's blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind because I want to be on YouTube so bad. I watch all these YouTubers, and it's like everybody's so positive. So it's like it's blowing my mind. Right?
Because whatever the ones that you probably watch, that's because they are. But again, that's like if you join a ministry, you ain't gonna know the truth behind
it. Right. Exactly.
That ministry.
Wow.
Because everybody could portray whatever, like we say on here, everybody could portray a whole perfect life, but when they cut this bitch off or after they post, they going through a whole bunch of bullshit that we would not even know. Because they look glamorous and cute don't mean that everything is really glamorous and cute.
Right.
Married men who got wives and kids that pretending like they single and like they fucking thugs. Like, nigga, I can show you I can get 10 thugs to come to your house and you gonna bow down like a whole bitch.
Look. Yo, she said YouTube.
I'm talking about and since I'm since we talking about sisterhood and we talking about the men on YouTube, I want to talk about the sisters on YouTube, because the sisters on YouTube fake as hell. No sisterhood to me. I don't think there's a unity.
Damn.
I don't think it's a unity. I think what it is, like, you know how when you know how basically those people that basically like, oh, I'm gonna hang with her because she'll make me look good. I could get something from her if it benefits them. That's the type of shit I think.
I hate that. What?
So
Yeah,
I just do not, and this is why I say I keep my circle and my sisterhood circle very, very small. And not only that, I keep it very close knit and very close to the fact that even I definitely truly believe in it's about quality, not quantity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the women are just as bad. Absolutely. And just like I say, just to talk about social media, I'm not going to talk about Instagram and can't talk about YouTube because especially when I experience so much on YouTube, it just be ridiculous. And the men is just one way and then the women is just horrible. And I'm like, do not come on here, talk about unity, sisterhood, when you're not even that. Or when you were just sitting there, frying and laying and shooting this bitch last week on the side of the road. You can't do that to me. Like, I don't.
I'm still like, whoa. I'm still like, whoa, because it's just like, yo, I did the YouTube thing one time. I put a video up there. I put 2 videos up there. And, you know, I mean, I was like, that was it for me. You know, I mean, not because of negativity. It was just, for me at the time, it was a lot of time consuming. You know, I wasn't able to do it. But to hear this, it's like, I can't believe it. It's like, what? Like, and everybody who's on YouTube is like, yeah, you know, like, you should definitely try it out. You know, people look positive. And then, of course, like you said, when you see.
I think you just have to find your vibe, your tribe when it comes to YouTube.
Yeah.
You have to find your tribe. And when you find it, just let that be it. And when that song say, no new friends, truly no new motherfucking friends.
I agree.
we say
like she say, like my sister say, basic hoes is a lot of jealousy. It'd be women, fake ass Barbara Walters be up there. And
I'm sorry.
And those be the most doing the hate and the jealousy. But you're coming up there tight booted, suited, wanna be fake black Barbara Walters. But then you know, come on, you portraying a whole
right. Like you have a whole different meaning behind that look. Like,
or you saying it like I don't know if my sister is okay. She'll be okay with me telling the story. Like one person tried to tell that she couldn't give no advice on marriage because she's not married. Fuck you mean? She come from a prodigy of a fucking parents who was married for over 30, 40 something years. Her father, which we call OG dad, who sit there and fucking watch his wife go to the next life.
Damn.
What are you talking about? She don't have input about marriage when she comes from a prodigy of marriage.
Right, exactly.
Right. People can't tell people what advice that they can't give or can't give because you think that they don't have it, and because you're in it, don't mean that you have the good ones.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
If these people the same people as them and they don't know what they talk about.
Exactly.
That's why we stay in our podcast lane. You know, we a podcast of women who we ain't making up our bed every morning. We don't live aesthetically pleasing. We got an average ass aesthetic over here.
Listen, I try not to make up my bed every morning, but my OCD start kicking in.
Girl.
I work from home and I'll be
we are a
like, look.
podcast of women who don't even have mentioned bath rags. If you have all your bath rags the same color, they're all white and clean and all perfectly, you know. I can't. Perfect stuff over there.
Right.
You know,
right. No, I definitely feel you. You know, I definitely feel you on that. But I just feel like even still, whatever platform it is, if you're supposed to be supporting each other, and you say you're a sisterhood, and you say women support women, I hate it too. I hate when women say, "Oh yeah, I'm all for women," and then it's like, okay, it's all the negativity and it's all the catty shit and it's all the high school shit. So I definitely agree. Like it's annoying. And trust me, I've had my fair share of that. So which is why now I'm like, look, I done been through too much shit to be worrying about what these females saying they doing, trying to do. And if they think they for sisters and they're not really for sisters, I just be like, look, that's just beyond me. And like she said before, if you find that group, you're gonna find it and they're gonna stick with you regardless.
Exactly.
And you know, so I just be like, that's how I'm like, I'm just shocked because it's like I literally, and this is no, like how people say no cap, right? Like this is this is no cap. Like I literally be on the bullshit because it's like it's not that, and some people may call it naive or oblivious. I just don't pay attention to it because a young woman my age growing up in Boston and know who my family is, we put the dis and dysfunctional. So it's just like half of the shit that goes on, it just fly by me. And then it's like, if I'm trying to be on a certain platform, if I do get negativity, I block them. I just say, fuck it. Like, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? I know if I was to come to you, you wouldn't say it to my face. I'm not going to even waste my energy and time. Right. I'm going to call my cousin and Google and them to tell them to come pull up. You know what I mean? When you think about that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I want to give you one example. As I'm not no perfect podcaster, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You know what I mean? I'm strictly raw. And exactly. Some girl said to me on my podcast, she's like, it's funny. She's like, I love this podcast, but you guys should put me on for your auto. So I was like, wait, like, are you throwing shade but you like my podcast? So I'm confused. Confused. So, and mind you, the old me, the younger me would have been like, all right, bitch, we'll pull up. Like, you know what I mean? But it's not that no more. It's like, okay, I'll block you. Just don't listen to my podcast. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Yeah. Like, you know? So it's just like,
I don't block them.
I do, because it's like,
I want to continue to watch, because I had an old lady that hit me up say, yeah, I like your podcast, and you talk some amazing stuff, but why you curse so much? I said, because I motherfucking want to. And if you don't like it, I have a whole lot of sisters and brothers who have other podcasts I can recommend you to listen to theirs. But you can always change the channel, or you can go under my followers. Exactly. You go under my followers, and you'll see a whole lot of other podcasts. So choose.
Exactly.
And
so
I said, because she was like, I know you well educated. I could tell you college graduated. Da 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 da. I hear you talk about God. But why you gotta curse all the time? And I say, because I motherfucking want to, and because the fact is, because I fucking can, I'm gonna fucking curse because I fucking can. And
it's your podcast. Come on.
Yeah.
Do you want to start a podcast?
Yo.
Exactly. But can I ask you ladies this though too? Honestly, like from our platforms though, what do you think that we can do to change that? Like to not to change people's perspective, of course, because we're not the most high, we can't do that. But for women who claim that they are the sisterhoods and stuff like that, like what can we do? How can we call them out, or how can we change that on our platform?
I mean, what? Any suggestions? You have
any? I'm asking, like.
Going once, going twice,
Right, like, okay.
Or other women.
Yeah.
Say that again?
At the end of the day, we all can have the same message. And
right.
We pull up all of our catalog. 9 times 10, between 3 to 5, we probably have the same topic show. Same show name, the same topic. But the thing, message is gonna come differently from me, you, her, and her, because again, I'm gonna only touch and resonate with people that got a more of a connection alignment with me. You only could resonate and touch with people that's gonna have more alignment with you, and they're gonna be able to touch whoever the people have more alignment with. Same message, different messenger, and it's going to touch different people and resonate different. The thing is, there's nothing you can really do about that. That's just the cipher of life. And like I even said, like I was saying with the fake Barbara Walters, me and her could have the same message, but no one's going to resonate a lot to that because everybody's not into that. I'm married for 15 years. I want to be a fake Barbara Walters. I'm sitting here thinking that everything is polished and I'm pretending to be something, but behind doors of something else. There's a lot of sisters are not walking around like that. You got majority sisters twerking with their ass out. And a lot of brothers ain't sitting there caring about Joe Biden's. They're looking for a nigga that could be at it, they could relate to. And I learned this through my son. When he told me, Mom, the reason why a lot of young men do not sit there and listen to a lot of older brothers or OGs is because we cannot, they don't lie with us. We cannot connect with them. So these kids only could be able to connect with our listeners and viewers gonna connect with us because they see something in us either within themselves. And my meditation coach sit there and told me one thing she said is that people align and connect with you because they see themselves themselves in you, or they see something in you that they're actually looking to pull out themselves.
That's it.
Exactly.
So I look at it like
no, go ahead. No, I'm done.
So I just want to piggyback off what she said. For instance, you from Boston. So you got a message from your experiences from living in Boston. You from New York. You got experiences from your life living in New York. We some Southern bells over here, so we got another perspective.
I hear the accent.
So, we have different perspective of it. May be we may be talking about friends, but friends may be different down here than friends are up there. But, people go with what they go with what's familiar. People, I might be like, New York girl, I like how the word, on the word.
Right.
That Boston, she real cheap. She gonna hit you with some points. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all couldn't hit me, baby. They couldn't hit me. Even though my mother's side my mother's parents, my grandfather from Alabama, my grandfather from Alabama, my grandmother from Lake City, South Carolina. My father's side, one side, High Point, North Carolina, and the other Africa. I'm gonna tell you, you gonna get a lot of different. I call myself a mutt because a lot of people hear the African. A lot of people could hear like, oh, there's an accent, there's something, a blend, a mix of everything. But the thing is, I cannot resonate with my South people because I know because I've been groomed up here for years, and since I was born here, I was like born up north. I'm like, I don't do the backstabbing in the back. I'm gonna stab you, bitch. You gonna know I'm coming to stab you. And I see that a lot of South Carolina motherfuckers and Texas.
We don't want the smoke.
I live in Texas. Sorry, Texas. Love you, but don't love you. Cause I'm gonna tell you.
I'm like, what?
Listen, when I live, it's only a certain amount of people in Texas females could really bond with me. The rest of them, they could not. It's like either because they was like, okay, I can respect her. The other ones was like, no, I'm too Texas. I can't even fucking program her. And I understand that. And then they told one time I had to check the girl at work in the parking lot, dead ass. And she was like, Q, I felt like what you said to me, I felt like that, that was harsh. I said, boo, that wasn't harsh. I could give you harsh. It wasn't harsh. Then I had one person told me, oh, can you slow down? You talking too fast. I say, bitch, you listening too slow.
They must have been from down south or something, because I will attest to us Southerners. We do talk slower, and we have that Southern hospitality. So they gonna take it like that.
Yeah, they
gonna take it like that.
I still got a question about that. I question that.
What's up?
What?
Look.
I question that hospitality.
What?
Like,
The
been
hospitality
to the
is
South,
there.
so I'm like, I don't know.
What?
Maybe probably the ones I met, and the other ones it was like, girl, you should not say that because that's not what that I got from that.
What?
Everybody in the South should not know hospitality unless you truly are a hospitality.
Wait, where you two from?
Mississippi.
Okay, I'm born in Alabama, but grew up in Mississippi.
Damn, you definitely from the South.
Girl, we at the bottom, the foot of Mississippi.
We really are.
Okay, going
The very bottom, Gulf of Mexico.
Wow.
But see, that's so weird because even though my grandfather's from Alabama, the backwoods
I
of
got
Alabama,
family in Alabama too, but I never been.
He was direct.
Been.
He didn't listen. He was direct. He ain't sugarcoat shit. He told you where it was gonna be, how it was gonna be, and if you didn't like it. And then but now as I'm talking, I'm like, maybe because he was a veteran, the Navy and he was in the Army. Yeah. He was in the Navy and Army. He was in both. Thank you for your service. Love you. But
that's my dad too.
The thing is, I think because he traveled in the Army and the Navy, that probably resonated and took a lot of
definitely
out of him.
Definitely.
So he probably end up being, and then him and my grandmother end up merging to the north. Because I was like, for you to be from Alabama, you so fucking direct, you don't sugarcoat shit, and you telling these motherfuckers where they can stick it, where they can land it.
You know, we gonna let you know the real, but I'm gonna sit you down at the kitchen table. I'm gonna cook you something.
That's it.
I'm gonna cook something. You're gonna eat good. You can stay here, but I'm gonna tell you what's real.
Right.
You don't work it, baby.
And see, I like that. I like that. Feed me. Tell me the motherfucking truth. Give me a nice warm cot to lay on when I'm done and full. You know, but I wasn't receiving that from everybody. And I'm like, listen, I'm about to go. These bitches about to make me catch case.
Damn.
And dead ass when I say that shit. And that's why I say to this day, there's no place like home.
That's it.
And listen, my South Carolina, my North Carolina family, my Alabama family, I know I love y'all, but y'all, something more.
It's always some bad crawfish batch somewhere.
You ain't lying.
It's always a bad crawfish. It's one ain't got no head, one burnt, one just bad. It's always one or two.
Yeah. And that's how my sissy, she from New Orleans.
Oh
wow.
Red lipstick, she from New Orleans, so she'll feed you too and all that.
Look, she said, I'm feeding you first. That's it.
Right. You already know.
See, I want to be like
I never had beignets. I want to try beignets so bad.
I want to be like her when I get older because she could curse you out in a nice, nasty way. I can't do that. I ain't skilled like that. I'm just gonna say, bitch, what the fuck you doing? You better. I'm just giving it to you. I just don't know how to do that nasty shit. I really don't.
Definitely a Southern thing, yes.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like for Boston, I'm sorry, Boston, but I feel like we have a lot of fake people in Boston. Not a lot of real people are in Boston. There's a very few, very, very few. And you know how you say you'll stab a bitch in the front? No, they will definitely stab your ass in the back or in the side. Literally. Literally. And which is why I stay away. I stay in my own little cubicle.
Yeah.
You know, and if I find people who are real like me, hey, we around it. But listen, Boston is not it. I'm sorry. And I was born and raised.
Originally from Boston?
I sure am born and raised. Been here 30 years, all my life.
See, I don't even from you, like I told you before. I was really surprised when you said that. I was like, really?
Yeah, no, nope, not a, for. I feel like for me, other people may beg to differ, but I say for me, nah, definitely not.
You see how her face just got serious? Like, nah.
Yeah, definitely not. And mind you, I'm very young. You know what I mean? So it's just like a lot of like friends of mine. They're older. They're my mom's age. You know what I mean? Or within my aunt's and uncle's age, because I just can't deal. I can't deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of people, a lot of growing to do in Boston. Like a lot of people have a lot of growing to do,
Yeah.
and I just can't. Boston is not it. I'm trying to move to Florida or somewhere.
You try to put hits on my.
Oh, Florida.
Oh no.
The soup.
She from New Orleans. Ooh,
I put a hit on you.
Magic over here, now red lipstick.
Yeah, listen. I do all that too. I have a person going crazy, but I ain't got time. I ain't got time. So to wind it down, to call it a night. What is your last cup of tea to give the people in regards to finding a tribe, resonating their sisterhood with other sisters, and just, you know what I'm saying, and also to not get defeated if they're still looking for their tribe and they haven't found it yet. Who want to go first?
Well, I'll just recommend just like networking with different people, going to different events and stuff, trying new things, start hanging around different people, people that you can learn something from. And as always, the most important, always have positive people in your circle. And if you don't have positive people in your circle, you need to X them out. Like you have to start cleaning house and getting rid of them. So you just have to get out there more. That's my take on it.
Okay.
I say fall off the face of the damn earth and watch and see who come to see if you still alive.
Come on.
Okay,
That too.
that's a good.
Not say necessarily fall off, but like just take a step back. Like maybe don't go to a couple parties. Maybe don't be at every event that person has, every text message, everything. Because I feel like that's me. That's how I learned who my true friends was. When life goes up and down, them ups went down.
Right.
It was about wrong 2-3 people that were like, "Hey, I ain't heard from you in a while."
Exactly.
And they literally, or either some people do that to check on you just to kind of see what's going on and be nosy.
Exactly.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm praying for you, checking on you. I heard you like to podcast. I seen this for podcast grants. Did you check it out?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever like that. And if you don't have that, enjoy your season of looking for new friends, and maybe even write down like, I want boyfriend, I want this, I want that in a friend. So when you start kind of manifesting that, gotta bring people into your circle like that.
Exactly.
And don't be afraid to have, a weird friend that like, she seems like she just so quiet. She just don't talk. She may be an introvert. You gotta do like how I did Kiana back in middle school. Just grab her up, Just be like, hey, little quiet girl. You
right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I have a sister that's Kiana, and she's an introvert. I be always trying to pull her. She was like, "Q, no." I was like, "Get your ass over here." It doesn't work, but she throw fucking events, and I'm like, for you to be an introvert, you throw a whole event.
Yes,
introverts be interesting. They be interesting because it's like, how do you find friends, or do your friends just find you and you just be there? Like, cause you don't go nowhere, you don't talk to nobody. How you got?
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true, because social media ain't friend as well. And you know what? That's the thing right there. But real quick. That's the thing, because people be on this shit so much, especially with the pandemic. I understand it's the only way to communicate with people, but come on, like we met people off of here, but this still don't be cool to call people your friend, even on social media. Like it's to me, it's the 90-day rule for me. It's the 90-day rule for me. You got this is the what's the how the jobs be doing? You in the
Probation.
like hell yeah, like you ain't job, you ain't position, cause you got 90 days and any time of this time you can fuck up. And I'm easy to cut off, block, and delete. No, I'm not just blocking you. I'm blocking and deleting.
And delete it. Exactly.
Nope. So
exactly.
All the time. You got 90 days. Your kid starting.
So what's your cup of tea? What's your cup of tea? That you want parting off with?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm laughing at you guys not even paying attention. No, I honestly, just to piggyback off of what all you women just said, you know, basically, you know, you have to attract what you want. You know what I mean? And if you're positive, it'll come to you. I know that sounds cliche, but that's just what it is, you know. And like what you said too, fall back. I do that plenty of times, okay? And I'm doing that right now, actually. So it's just one of those things where you just have to take some time for yourself, and you'll know who really is for you, who's really your friends, and they'll check on you. They won't disappear, you know. And like she said, network, you know, collaborate with new people. When you hit me up, I was like, okay, like what? Like, you know, so, and just be positive. And I say be real with yourself. So in that way, when you get around the other women, your other sisters, you have all right to be real. You have no choice but to be real. And they have, you know, no way but to give you the same energy, you know. And I should say, just be positive and be lightful. Like I said, I know that may sound cliche, but literally that's just where I am in life. Everything just needs to be lightful and just good energy and positivity. Because if not, then you definitely will be around a lot of drama-ass women. And that's just ain't the wave no more. Like, that is the wave.
Exactly. Well, my advice, y'all already know my advice.
Exactly.
Why y'all laughing at me? I'm just...
Because we already know. Come on.
Right.
We listen.
Well, listen, my advice is at the end of the day, you end up, it's okay to, like I say, my sister say 6 to 9 hours, I'll at least give you 90 days. It's okay if after the 90 days that person end up going, but look at it as a lesson and a blessing and not as a disappointment or a loss, because you got to realize the universe can be doing so many things to protect you. So if that person is no longer in your life, no longer remove themselves, or you have to remove them, okay, it may hurt, but know that at the end of the day, that's just God protecting you for something that's not meant to be in your life and that y'all not on a stay with. I do agree with all the other sisters. I believe in energy. I believe in protecting my peace, my space, my sanity. And I also definitely believe in the like-minded and alignment. If you're not on that way with that person is not on that way with you, it's okay to remove yourself. And I have to go here deeper because I had a cousin who actually just reached out to me, you know, apologizing for me cutting her out of my life a year ago. Because one thing about me, I'm a very loyal person, family member, friend, whoever and I believe I don't fuck when it comes to loyalty. I don't mess when it comes to truth and honesty. And if I'm there, I'm there. So if I feel like you're not pouring into my cup and I'm only pouring into yours, there's a problem. But I have to remove the person from my life at the time. But she got offended because I told her I had to remove her from my life at that season. That season, I absolutely did. Now, because yes, she called to apologize. The reason because she didn't handle something that she correctly and it would go away, and she missed me. I miss her too. I always didn't lose love, never lost love. Continue to keep her in my prayers. Always wanted great for her. The thing is, she was just no longer to me, close to me or in my space. But because now she apologized to me, do not mean I'm taking her back easily. Because again, I teach people how to treat me, and also you cross those boundaries. And it's like shame on you one time, shame on me the second time. Third time, it's like, bitch, you crazy.
Exactly.
You know, so I like at the end of the day, like I said, I love family I love friends. I love people. But sometimes there are some that you just have to love with 10 on full lists. And it's okay because it's not meant to be. Because again, we cannot continue to make ourselves as accessible to everyone. And
Exactly.
there's people that will say, Q, you walking around like a celebrity or VIP. Bitch, I am because God said I am. Because you
Exactly.
want to know why you gotta apply to all these rules to get accessibility to me and to my life as well as to my child, because I protect all this around me. So yes, I'm going to be on my VIP as he created me too. So, but other than that, you ladies, shout out where they can follow you at, where they could be able, you guys got coming up, what, some great things we could expect from you, because, I'm ready to listen to hear some new episodes.
You can follow us at the Underground Queen with a Z. You can email us if you want to collab or you want to cover the Underground Queen podcast at Gmail. We have a website. We got some spring merch coming. undergroundqueen.com.
That's it. Season 2 out now. Season 2 is out now. Streaming. Episodes drop every other Wednesday. So check us out. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and soon to be on another radio station, 216 The Blend, on Tuesdays as well.
Oh, shoot.
Yes. So you guys can find me at The Sisters Podcast on Instagram, Twitter. Also, we are on Apple Podcasts. I do have a series right now with another young lady. She's from Syracuse, New York. She owns her own body butters and things like that. And she owns her own soaps. They're pretty good. Just literally handcrafted. And we're doing a series called Crown Me Sis. It's just we're both busy. We're both trying to be entrepreneurs, but every other Sunday, that's where the episodes do be dropping. We have 2 up now, so definitely go check it out. And it's literally nothing about all positivity and just being the delightful self and just giving that energy off and just helping other women who are entrepreneurs. So definitely go check us out. And I also do my own, other than that, Crown Me Sis series. I do have any and everybody on my podcast talking about any and everything. So definitely go check me out. Show me some support. I'm just getting started now, but go check me out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. You guys make sure you definitely check them out. Go follow them. If you are not following them, go listen and support them if you haven't, because they have amazing episodes. They have amazing content. I really support these women. I really support these their brands and it's amazing, great episodes. I don't think sometimes they don't know I'm listening. But I do. I think it's best when they don't know. When they don't know. Right. And I think is when I reach out to people, they be like, okay, she reaching out to me, so she must listen to our shit. Yeah, I do. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't work with everybody, especially me in my season 4. And then as I'm continue to in my healing journey, and as I'm continue to get clarity and focus, I can tell who I want to work with and who I don't by looking at your face. And it just take me look at a picture and I can already just tell. But I already knew I wanted to work with these for a long time. Just the fact that our schedules just had to align. And it wasn't last season or season before. It was this season because God said so. But check out Pillow Talk with the Tea podcast. We on every platform of podcast, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon, all that good sugar. You can end up following us on Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe to the channel because there'll be some good tea on it, because we only in episode 5 for the season, and there's gonna be so more coming to you on the live YouTube channel. But definitely go follow us on TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, and all that good stuff. And I have an amazing show not say show. I have an amazing event that's going to be May 21st, 2:30 to 5:30 in the New Jersey metropolitan area. If you're not in the metropolitan area and you still want to fly out because you want to get this amazing Empower Her Tribe Nation event on, come down because it's going to be amazing. I am putting all my blood, sweat, and tears into this event because one thing I'm going to tell y'all, whoever come is not going to leave the way they came.
Okay.
So please come through.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing. We have some amazing guest speakers. I won't drop those guest speakers until later on in a couple of weeks, but the lineup is serious. The lineup is real, and the energy in the building is going to be a force to definitely cannot be reckoned with. So
I can already tell. I can already
definitely
already tell.
It's the link is in my bio at Eventbrite. The tickets are right now on sale. Please go. I don't want nobody DMing me later when y'all see that there's no more tickets because I know I'm about to start a war. My team already told me I'm about to start a war 3 weeks ago, and I understand. But I do believe in who's supposed to be there, and those that's not at the time. It's just not your season. But every year, this is going to be a new event that I'm going to do, empower women, because it's something like, even though we had the last month of women empowerment, I feel like this is something that women empowerment should happen 365 a year, 365
all around.
Because it's nonstop and we just need it. So, but definitely go check that out. Purchase your tickets because, again, don't DM me if the tickets end up going into you. Because I'm not opening up for no more. I can't. But definitely, so I appreciate you ladies so much for coming on.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Go follow the Underground Queens. Go follow Sister Podcast, and please go follow Molly Hopkins. That was an amazing interview that we did, and
us too.
Coming on, she is the bomb.com, one of my favorites on 90 Day Fiancé. Even before then, when she was on Double Divas, and I was seeing like, damn, she doing people titties and bras and boobs. I'm like, hell yeah, like that's what we need in the world, correct sizes.
Exactly.
Because a lot of women don't know the correct sizes of their boobs, and we need to make sure that support. And the proper bra. But absolutely go support her. So again, thank you guys so much. If no one told you guys that they love you, know that I love you. Be unapologetically you. Be a version of yourself. And y'all already know, don't give a fuck what nobody else think, because you came in this bitch by yourself and you're going to leave out this motherfucker by yourself.
Okay.
I appreciate you all. Later.
Bye.